Mighty talking, mighty walking in the streets. New desire, take me higher, lift me higher with your speed. I need fire, get the satellites. You wanna see me talking on the net? I know the way you like it. Get your credit card, 'cause I need no money. All I wanna do is get you, baby. Running in the 90s. Oh, it's a new way I like to be. I'm just running in the 90s. Come on, baby, run to me. We are running in the 90s.
To the 2-year anniversary stream of running in the 90s. Hey!
Hey yo!
So excited for tonight's episode. So great to have all of you here. So great to have all you here, the viewers. It's been a wild, crazy, and fun 2 years, and I'm honestly super excited for tonight's episode. It's time for big reveals and big shenanigans. But before we jump immediately into that, and also stand by at the break for a brief celebration of our 2-year anniversary. But in the meantime, before we jump in, a brief recap of what happened last time. After going and dealing with all of the shenanigans that ensued post encountering the wolf and the jackal and sorry, I should say Dr. Jekyll, and deciding that perhaps the best thing to do would be to leave the doctor as he requested with Zero for the time being, while he attempted to work on a cure for Gawain and Boblin. We have now discovered that the dark dealings going on with the wolf and his compatriots, where there seems to be some link between the blue goo and people's hearts metamorphizing into bug spirit larvae within their chest, and only to be harvested by the wolf.
My God!
Attacks.
My God!
After discovering this, they all decided that perhaps the best thing to do was head back home to strategize. The thunder from down under has struck. Thank you so much.
God.
Yeah, it just happened.
Appreciate it every
Yay.
time. You guys are amazing.
Every time.
Thank you.
Adele, Eric, appreciate you guys. Glad to have you here for the 2-year anniversary.
Best boys.
So, you are all currently on your way back to the lab in the dad van, as is continually piloted by Gawain. And,
I thought they were at. I thought we specifically went without Gawain. So like it was just Lance Arthur
you're
and
right.
Percy
Yeah,
in the van.
Yeah,
it was
you're right.
it was the Godfather out on a rowboat scene.
You're right. Yeah, so you guys are just coming back from the rowboat scene where you met where you met a
Tibbs.
big fan of Papa O'Mara in Tibbs, the shady dock guy.
Uh-huh.
God.
And so I think where I'd like to jump back into this is just Percy, Lance, and Arthur. You arrive back at the lab, and as you're heading inside, Dwayne, the reason that you didn't go along
The
with
music
rest of
switch.
the party, the reason that you didn't go along with the rest of the party is because you've been feeling weirder and weirder over the last 2 days. It's like your head hurts more than you've had headaches. You drink some water, you're usually fine. But there's this weird, almost, it feels like pressure on the back of your head that just causes pain. And your chest has begun, it's like your heart is beating, but it feels different than it used to. You can almost feel the impact inside your chest each time it beats. And this morning when you woke up, you noticed that you had a bit of a fever. In addition, your skin seems to just be a bit swollen. Not very, but knowing your own body, that it's almost like you're having a light allergic reaction level of slight swelling. That's not the most concerning part. All of that, you've been sick before, many times, and you've been fine many times before. What's most concerning is that over the past few days, you've started to hear more and more of the rattling chains
No!
at different times. You're not really sure what they are exactly, but where at first it sounded just like mysterious clanking, you now recognize very clearly it to be the sound of chains that are continually relaxing and pulling taut, swaying back and forth behind you. And I'd like to go to you as you wake up. It's about 11:30. You've definitely slept in. You vaguely remember this morning maybe Lance being in your room. You're not sure though. And when you look over to your arm, you see what looks like a small, maybe a burn mark in the shape of like a small strip sort of on your bicep.
Oh no.
My head feels like a water balloon. I'll glance around the room. Is anybody in there with me?
Not at the moment, though you do notice that long since Wimbley has, the AI, has sort of warmed up. Literally, like, the sides of the room are covered in display panels, and they have shifted color to this sort of warm morning light into daylight over the past several hours, which was the sign for everyone else to wake up, but you just threw the covers over your head and went back to sleep. And there's this music playing quietly.
At least the Wembley knows how to set a vibe.
Wimbley? Hello? Can you hear me up there?
Good morning, Sir Gawain. It's a pleasure to see you this morning. How are you feeling?
Well, I'll be honest, Wimbley. I felt better.
Well, I should suspect so.
God.
Normally, you're up quite early. I seem to recall that you have promised the others that you will make extra waffles for them tomorrow morning instead of this morning. I put a reminder on your telly.
Well, thank you. That's very helpful. Speaking of the others,
I
woke
am,
up
sir.
late. Is anybody else here in the facility right now?
Of course.
I feel...
The facility currently has 5 other inhabitants besides you.
Oh, okay.
Current residents
Who's
who
here
have-
currently?
Current residents remaining at the facility include Deb, Deborah, Deboria, unknown connection to the Neon Knights. Yes, room 305. Paul, local New Seattle resident, recently began using a alternative identity to escape from the law. Currently wanted by 4 corporations. Primary Actors Corporation of Action, Sater
Oh god.
Sweet lord.
Hater crap.
Zephyr.
Ah!
Zephyr. Zephyr is an unknown entity of is an unknown reptile of immense size brought into the facility through unknown means by Sir Percy of the Neon Knights, currently residing in the pit.
Why do we call it
Philip
pit?
O'Mara, father of Sir Percy. Aliases: Redfin, Silvertongue O'Mara. Occupation unknown. Hobby shipwright. And what is? Sorry, I gotta grab the name of our friendly. Gotta grab the name of our friendly taxi boy.
Terry.
Terry!
Yeah. Also, Terry, local cab driver in New Seattle. One moment.
That's nice. That's nice. And, everyone's alright. Where did the others head out to?
After receiving some shock when there was a significant chemical reaction between a bar of Smith's silver and your skin, Sir Lancelot rushed off to the rest of the party where they had a heated discussion in the main gathering room. Following this discussion, they departed in order to interrogate an unknown member of the party named Silk. It was determined that the best way to do this would be on a boat. After using the connections of Mr. Philip O'Mara to acquire such a boat, they departed in your vehicle.
Oh, well, it's very thorough, Wimbley. Thank you. I'll fumble for my comm to try and scramble. Be like,
Would you like some
look,
breakfast?
you said. Yes, I'll go ahead and.
I can guide you. And
Yes, and
arrows.
some water.
Arrows appear on the floor, like green arrows flashing in the direction to the kitchen, as Wimbley is a learning AI and has discovered that everyone in the Neon Knights seems to like to be pointed to things.
That's very helpful. Thank you. I didn't know you had that feature. I'll go ahead and try to get out of bed and sort of stretch a little bit. And check out the thing on my arm as I'm walking down the corridor. And just on my comm and be like, I feel like a sausage in this case. Let's try to contact the group, and I'm just gonna send a text to the group and be like, everything okay? How y'all doing? Just woke up, basically. Is everything alright?
We'll get to that in a second. Basically, you would have sent that message probably while they were actively trying to row back to shore. So they won't respond immediately.
Okay.
But you do see that they appear to be online, like it's, last ping 35 seconds ago.
My
when you
God.
look at your arm,
Alright,
however,
excellent.
go ahead and give me a perception check.
And you could just tell us if we're already on the way back when we get that message or when that occurs.
I got one hit. One hit to rule them all.
Yeah. So when you look down at your arm, what you initially thought was a burn mark, you now recognize is more like a discoloration of the skin, where it looks like the skin has turned almost a brownish green in that area. You're not sure what sort of exact thing happened, but there's also like you literally can like brush off what's this sort of dark, almost ashy dust that's on top
God.
of it.
I'll
Which reveals
take
the
a
item.
small pinch of the ashy dust and just kind of, like, investigate it, I guess? Just sort of...
It smells metallic
What does it seem to
and
be?
acrid.
Ooh.
Wimbley, that thing that you mentioned earlier about the mark on my arm, what was it again that happened with that?
Sir Lancelot snuck into your room while you were sleeping. He produced a small bar of what what post-analysis shows to be approximately 92% pure silver, and pressed it to your right bicep. Upon contacting the silver, your skin immediately began to form a chemical reaction with the bar, causing a deterioration of the bar and a small off-gassing effect. Additionally, it appears that a small amount of granules of reacted substance were left on your arm, in addition to the effects on your flesh. Seeing this, Lance had a strong reaction, which caused him to bolt out of the room and go see the rest of the Neon Knights.
Well, damn, he was right after all, I guess.
A werewolf.
I wasn't expecting that. Okay, right. Let's have breakfast. Then, maybe I will see if I can get in contact with Lance and have a conversation about attacking me with silver in the middle of the night. Unless that was good and preventative,
Excellent. Would you prefer soy millet,
contagious with
soy flakes, soy cakes, soy bars, soy calf, soy right, soylent? Wimbley continues
soy
with
bars would be
options just
perfectly
basically
fine, thank you.
until you stop.
No, that's fine. Soy cubes too, perfect. That's fine. As a matter of fact, can I get servings for 2? I'd like to bring some to somebody, if I have time.
Excellent. I shall have them waiting in the refrigerator when you arrive.
Thank you. I
I would
appreciate
be
it.
happy to bring them to your location, but
Do you have any
most of
IB
my-
proof?
I'd be happy to bring them to your location, but most of my serving capacity is locked up in bots which are not able to reach this level currently, as they are stuck on lower floors. If you
Don't
would
really
like
stun. Don't do it.
if you would like painkillers, they can be accessed in the medical wing. If you would like
Thank you.
anti-inflammatories,
I'll,
those can also be accessed in the medical wing.
Looks like it's about time to take a visit to the medical wing. Then I'll go ahead and take a stop there before breakfast. Thank you, Wembley. Could you do those arrow things again?
Of course.
Maybe just guide me in
Yes.
the right direction.
The medical wing is one floor down. And,
Excellent.
No.
There are
Don't go.
green arrows.
This is worth it.
There are green arrows that alight across the floor, that point you toward the main elevator.
Oh. Oh my god.
It's
Hey.
so bad!
I'm so sorry.
Hey!
I-
Welcome.
I had my brain was like completely in a different place, and I was
You're
like, "Why is he
fine.
calling me?" And then I saw that I was like just checking Discord, and then I saw that the announcement was like, "God, no. Wait."
1 second while I jump you in.
Hey. Oh my
Welcome.
god. You didn't miss much.
It's true.
Just
This
Gwaine
is
waking
the
up and
only-
realizing that you tried to test out if he was a werewolf.
With a piece of silver.
I have this, and I have this.
Yeah.
Excellent. Very good.
Excellent. It's a good preview of
That's all you need.
our special announcement for
Oh yeah.
Perfect. All right, bringing your camera in 3, 2, 1. Hey, there he is, the lad.
Hi, sorry.
So, where were we? Oh, yes. So, Gwen, do you want to stop by and drop off the breakfast first, or are you going straight down to the medical wing? Your call.
Oh god, indecision. You know what? Okay. I will go ahead and I'll drop off the breakfast first, and then I'll go ahead and head down to the med place.
I'm scared.
A set of green arrows once again guide you to the room that Deb is currently staying in.
How long has it been since we did the overview? It's been like 3 weeks, right?
Which
Since we ran the analysis of the lower floors of this place?
Oh yeah, it's been like 2
Yep.
weeks.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay.
Cool.
Alright.
Yeah.
Checking it out.
They said the basement was overrun with amalgamations and spores.
Yeah,
Maybe
the
not
other
the medical
floors-
wing.
Yeah,
We might be fine.
hold your breath.
Important thing to remember.
And
Yes.
they get even more infected. I don't know. I don't think it's possible.
Maybe they'll
So
cancel
the-
each other out.
The lab
Could be.
has
Could
the lab
be.
has 6 floors. Dwayne is only
Mhm.
going down to floor 2 right now.
Okay.
Thank God. All right.
But first,
Make it our
stop
way.
by. You arrive at a door. On the outside of the door, you see that you have no idea where she got it. But Dev appears to have spray painted, just sort of a very stylized, like almost street art-esque orc face, with a set of tightly wound braids, that just says like punk rock and then keep out, and then like barbells and stuff.
On the
Barbells
door?
and stars. Yeah.
There's a swelling in my heart that has nothing to do with bug spirits. I'll go ahead, gently knock.
There's a swelling in my heart. Like spirits. Continue.
From the inside, you hear the clank of something heavy being set down.
Room keeping.
Light sort of
Hello?
scuffling, and then you come over to the, and then over, the door opens, I should say. And as you look forward, initially, you see nothing.
Deb? Hello?
Then you look down, and you see, just walking on her hands, Dev, who seems to currently have no lower half. And where
Oh?
the lower half once
What
was,
did
there's
she
just
do?
sort of a metal plate with a wheel that can like roll back and forth.
That's
Did-
pretty fucking metal.
Did she amputate her legs?
That's new.
She amputated her hips.
So it's like
Case asking
From, like,
the
thighs
important
down?
yeah,
questions.
so it's like no, it's like she would still have, she still has her hip bones, everything below that.
Okay.
So basically the
All right.
legs have been removed from like the socket down.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Like
Asking the
everything
important questions here.
below her pelvic floor. Got you.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool.
Okay.
And you can either react or give me a perception check.
Let's try for perception. I got a 1 last time, but let's see. Maybe we'll have some more fortune. I had 0 hits, but no
You guys
fails.
you guys did leave Dev alone to just do her own shit for 2.5 weeks.
She's so fucking metal. She is like, I'll take care of it myself.
Taking care of fucking business.
Damn, dude.
At
We
least
were
Goblin
getting
was
to
thinking
it.
about her.
Holy shit. That's. Well, I like what you've done. That's very impressive. How did you do that by
Listen, if
yourself?
you're gonna talk to me, sorry, wait, voice. Listen, if you're gonna talk to me, Butterbrain, you gotta get down on my level. I'm not gonna have you speaking down to me all the time.
You've been asking me to get on your level for years. I suppose just since I'll go ahead and get down.
Yeah, but it
On
used
my
to be you
knee,
had
so
to get up on your tiptoes.
I know how the turns have tabled. Go ahead and
What's your
hand
perception?
her. 0. I got no
0?
hits.
Cool. You have no idea how any of this has occurred. Yep. You're just very confused.
She's a fucking magician. I don't know. I'm very impressed.
I'm just worried there's like legs somewhere.
Just
Are they
rotting
like in
in
a
the
freezer?
corner.
What's on
Like
the
a-
menu? Legs,
Listen.
legs. What's on the menu?
So,
She just shipped
thought-
them off to the
So-
boblins.
Dev,
Ah,
Dev, as you offer
I'll be here
So-
all week. I'll be here all week.
the soy
Okay.
the soy
God.
cubes, it says, you bring salt.
I actually forgot that I had
Then you
salt right
can't
here
come
that
in.
I
I'm
had saved.
sorry. Yeah, oh, gee.
The hell?
Yeah, no, I'm
Salt.
sorry.
Of
Look,
course I have
the
salt.
soy cubes. And as she pull out the salt, she's like, "Well, you see that's how this works. Being locked up for so long, I've had to go back to the barter system. So we're operating on salt now."
Well, I'll gladly trade you. Trade salt for your company. Excuse me, I don't seem to. Anyway,
You can go sit on the bed. Let me just de-rack this. And she, with her hands, pushes and just on the wheel, which seems to be like somehow semi-propelled and like self-balancing, just sort of zips across the floor over to a weight rack that you also have no idea where she acquired it. Pulls the weights down. As you do, you have an opportunity to look around the room, which Dev has done a remarkable amount in 2.5 weeks.
I would love to take a look at some of her progress.
Things have been moved around. There's now a weight set. The spray painting the walls with her own sort of unique art to stylize the place and make it comfortable to hear and less sort of clinical, as most of the rooms tend to be, is prevalent across the entire space. Also, you see that the displays on the wall have been replaced with New Seattle, essentially, but not just New Seattle. It's different cityscapes around the world, but always showing street
Aw.
life and often showing orcs. Neon glistening in the rain, and the hustle and bustle of small markets, things like that. In the corner, you see a very large medical tank, which is covered in frost. And on the inside, you can just barely make... Actually, give me another perception check real quick.
Let's give it a try. 1 hit, 1 fail.
One hit will be good enough. This is pretty obvious. You see a large medical tank has been sort of pushed into the corner. It's probably it's like floor to ceiling, probably about 3 feet in diameter, filled with a bluish green liquid. Reminds you a bit of the Valkyrie module, and it's frosted over. And on the inside, you see what you're pretty sure are Dev's legs.
You always did know how to make a house a home. But I'll admit that I wasn't expecting it. I'll point to her legs in the corner. Wasn't
Yeah,
expecting
Jams on display.
Yeah, well, yeah, well, I gotta show off my best features. Plus, you never know when I might still need to kick someone's ass, so I figured I'd keep them around in case someone got too uppity.
Fair enough.
Oh, my
Fair
God.
enough. I'm constantly impressed and a little frightened, but mostly impressed. You've
I'm glad
been
you stopped.
settling in all right then. I'm
Um,
glad I did too.
not. I mean, they're better in worse days. I don't think I'm ready for much yet, to be honest. She says, sort of half jumping up onto the bed using her arms, sort of flumps down, picks up one of the Soylent cubes, starts eating it. Yeah, I don't know. I think I need more time to figure all this out. I'm glad you're around, but yeah, I'm glad you stopped by.
I'm glad that you're around. And I'm sorry I haven't come sooner. Things have been wild.
I'm sorry I never
but-
thanked you for coming to find me with all your friends.
You don't need to. I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is, you're important to me, and it's only natural. So, you know, I'm glad that you're alright.
Hey, Butterbraid, I get what you're trying to say. I do. And it's not that I disagree, right? It's just that I don't think I can deal with that right now.
No, I understand.
I need to figure me out.
I understand.
I'm twice the Shadowrunner and half the orc I used to be. I haven't could have figured out how to navigate that.
Still twice the person most anybody is. If you need anything,
And you see Dev just start to like tear up a little bit and say, anyways, I'm gonna eat the rest of my breakfast. You should probably
Yeah, no, that's a
get
good
back
idea.
to whatever you
That's
were
a good
gonna
idea.
do. Yeah, no,
that's
it was
there's
good
a lot of
time.
things.
Yeah, no, it was
to get
really
done.
good. Don't let my legs hit you on the way out.
I'll make sure don't.
All right.
You know, you can call me if you need anything, right? I'm
yeah, Will
literally
tells
just
me
a room
that
away.
all the time.
I'll see you soon, Div.
Yeah, no.
Take care, okay?
Maybe we'll do a workout together or something later.
As long as you promise not to bench press me again. I haven't, you know.
No promises. At this point, I'm pretty sure that by mass to bench press ratio, I'm like the reigning New Seattle champ. So.
You know, I think there may be some truth to that.
And
But
she's
let's not
wiping
test it.
Tears away. Anyways, catch you later. And go
Catch
to
you
the
around.
store.
All right. I'm gonna go get some medication for my headache, and I'm still gonna just be checking in with the team in the
Cool,
group
yeah.
chat as I'm
So
going along. And
you hop in the elevator. And
Do we get his
head-
messages?
You hop in the elevator and you head down to the lower floor. Door opens to a very dark space, and you step in. It's at about this same time that you all are pulling back in upstairs, and you suddenly all get Gwen's message like, oh shit, we got a message, and we were very distracted by the events of Silk and everything. But you're pulling in upstairs. Lance, for your context, you, Percy, and Arthur are all in the dad van. You just got back from the trip to go interrogate Silk, and you're pulling in at the lab.
Oh, Gwen's awake.
Yeah, we should go and find.
Should we ask him how he's doing, or do we just kind of not say
I'm
anything?
gonna press the elevator
We
to go
should-
down to whatever floor Gwen's
Oh,
on.
are we inside or are we driving?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question.
We're
You said
inside.
we were
I think
pulling up.
we got there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm going to go in and see him face to face.
I think we should tell him.
Yes. And I'll like phone Gwen and say, "Where are you? We're coming there."
on my way down to the med bay at the moment. getting some medication. I don't feel that good. Probably nothing to worry about. And I'll go ahead and say, Lance, can I talk to you in a little bit?
You say this as like the door opens and the light of you using the holographic function on your comm link is literally the only light inside this dark second floor of the lab.
Oh God.
You hear this low boom, 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 boom. It sounds like somewhere there's a very large fan, probably in an air conditioning system. It's just like
Turned
off
off first.
kilter and sort of wobbling
Yeah.
as it rotates.
Okay. At first, I was scared that there were like footsteps or something. Oh God. Flashlight. Where's the damn flashlight? Wembley, can you hear me in here? I'll sort of call up just to see if there's any response as I'm turning on my flashlight. Hello,
What are you?
Wembley?
Hello,
Wait, really?
Sir Gawain. Can you hear me?
Oh no.
Barely. You're sort of
Oh no.
staticky, maybe? Can you hear me?
Your voice is not data corrupted.
My voice is not data corrupted. Oh God. Okay.
Require repairs and cycle main station in
Okay.
administrative area.
No, it's bad.
I'll
Please
text the group and be like,
cycle main power.
"Hey, does anybody know how to cycle the main power? The lights aren't turning on down here."
I'll just send a message that just says, "Hold the door right wherever you are. Just hold that door. Hold position. I'm
Alright.
bringing my tools." And then as soon as I say that, I'm gonna like close the comm link so that like my voice isn't going through. I'll look at him and be like, "I think Rain's lost his mind a little bit. He sounds like he's somewhere dangerous. I'm gonna be bringing my tools."
Where
but
did
Lance,
he
if
go?
you could make sure he doesn't like hurt himself, yeah, you're good at being
I'm
calm.
gonna. Okay. Well, if we're gonna go investigate
we're going to
whatever's
go-
downstairs, I'm gonna get some backup. I'm sure Merlin would want to get on this bullshit.
Yeah, it's a very good call. I'll try and get some vision going, and I'm going to just pull out. Yeah, I assume, have we made it to the lab yet? Or are we still?
Like,
As soon as
you're
we
literally at the
pull up.
elevator, you just have to call the elevator.
Okay, yeah,
back
as soon as we
from
pull
where
up, I'm
Gawain
like-
has it.
Throwing doors to the side and like, light jogging it.
Yeah, yeah. Cool, cool, cool.
And I'll be getting out Excalibur as well.
Who all is
um,
going where?
Are we summoning weapons already? I'm gonna
Oh,
go find
not necessar-
Merlin.
And I'll also turn the sword into a Oh, I know what I'd do.
I don't.
Yeah, so I'd like to. It's gonna be a new form. And it's going to be a ultrasonic scanner and red light flashlight to not harm our night vision too much.
Ah.
Yeah, call that medium complexity because of the red light flashlight, which uses lenses, which are the weakest part of Excalibur.
Yeah. If I just like made the flashlight super bright and then use like diffraction from like a photon sieve to make it so that red light would reflect only into the lenses and then go to the flashlight, can I
That
still
would
have
make
it
it
be reasonably
invisible.
bright?
It would lose brightness, but it would gain.
Yeah,
gain simple
I don't need it to be super bright. I don't need it to be super bright. Okay. Well, that's
Percy, where are you going?
7 successes. So
Nice.
I'm gonna go find Merlin.
Merlin is currently.
No earthly clue where Merlin is. Where is Merlin? Where is Merlin?
Where's Merlin?
What
Where
would Merlin
in
be
the
doing
world?
if she had a morning of self-care? Self-care? Okay, so Merlin wakes up in the morning. She's gonna take. Is there like a shower? Is there like a luxurious shower, like, or a bath or something?
So-
What's the bathroom situation like?
I'm assuming Merlin took the executive.
Okay, perfect. Yes, absolutely.
So,
The bougie
That's
bitch.
just what Merlin would do. So there's like one of those walk-in showers that has the water coming from every angle all around you. All of the
Oh my
panels
Yes,
are,
yes.
of course, display panels. It can articulate the jets. It's everything you would imagine in your cyberpunk shower.
Okay, yeah, so Merlin
sounds
has
nice.
like the lights like set to be like vibey mood lighting, and then she's got like some music ooncing in the background, like some girl boss tunes.
Oh my god.
And she is taking like it's so hot in there, like it's like fogging up the windows and like the mirrors and stuff, and it like looks like a sauna because of all the steam. It's like nuclear levels of hot in there. And she's like doing her skincare routine and like washing her hair and like doing like a hair mask. And
She's like, wow, my life
I
isn't
feel
in imminent
compelled.
peril.
So Merlin,
It's a real
I feel-
event.
So Merlin, I feel compelled to remind you that staying in a hot shower at this temperature for too long can result in lightheadedness or minor burns to your skin.
where's that voice coming from?
It's just Wimbley.
Everywhere. It's just
Everywhere. It's just Wimbley. And Merlin's just gonna she's going to have to turn down the music a little bit to even hear him, and she's like, I'm sorry, what did you say, Wimbley?
As a safety advisement, I was reminding you that staying in water at this temperature for this extended period of time, while increasing the level of humidity and steam in the room to this degree, may result in lightheadedness and minor skin irritation.
Or it opens up your pores and allows your hair follicles to expand and hydrates your skin and shit. Wimbley, what do you know?
What would you put into your pores?
No. That was not an invitation for
That
you to
was
put
so
shit.
threatening.
Oh no!
We're gonna
What
have
would you
to
like in your
work-
pores, Merlin?
We're gonna have to work on that, Wimbley. Also,
That's
the lording over people and big brothering while people are showering is not really very PC. Wimbley.
Wimbley's a
my
girl.
function. I am supposed to perform. This is my function. I am supposed to perform health and safety advisements for all facility
Yeah.
staff.
Okay, so is voyeurism also programmed into your coding?
Yes,
That's
I am by definition supposed to watch all of the members of the facility at all times for their health and safety. I can also provide many administrative and custodial functions, in addition to providing the members of my facility with anything which they require or request in a hosting capacity.
Kinky motherfucker. Okay, wait, did you say anything?
Anything.
Anything.
Anything. I
Merlin's
can
gonna
provide you a
list.
full list of everything that I can acquire.
No.
The walls
Here's what...
turn into black boxes,
Oh,
and
God.
white text just starts absolutely zooming by with lists of things that.
So you know what, Wimbley? I think this is the start of a beautiful friendship. And Merlin's gonna start listing off really expensive hair products and skin products and stuff that she wants Wimbley to acquire for her.
God.
Can you give me a round figure of how many Nuyen of products Merlin requests?
And Nuyen is about equivalent to $1, yeah.
So
Ish.
1 new yen is roughly equivalent to $2.
$2. Okay.
There's been inflation
Mm.
since this game was invented. Is literally what's
Have
happened.
lawn premium.
Okay, so she's probably finessing about 600 new yen worth of hair products and skin products from Wembley right now. Or trying to.
Okay. Yeah.
At what point does Percy stop this nonsense?
One second. Yes. Hospitality services have been engaged. I shall acquire these as quickly as I can. Warning! One of the other neon knights is approaching in a hurried fashion. I have provided them with helpful green arrows leading them to your location. Doors opening now. And the doors just slide open.
You just see the anime wispy mist over Merlin's important bits. Just gonna.
The sexy jutsu music from
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I wasn't anticipating doing the how would each Shadowrun character react to walking in on someone in the bathroom meme today, but here we are. She just opens the door, immediately just turns.
Oh, hey, Percy, what's up?
Gawain is putting himself in imminent peril again.
What? Why?
I don't know. I think he's looking for something downstairs, but also there's like other things downstairs. Can you just? I'll be out here.
I haven't put on my
And
serum
she's just
yet.
nope. She's just gonna close the door and slide out.
Merlin's going to hurriedly. She's going to forego the toner and the serum and
Did she at
the
least put on
spot treatment.
sunscreen?
And yeah, she's gonna go straight for the moisturizing sunscreen.
Okay.
Tinted moisturizing sunscreen. And she's just gonna throw on
Wembley
she's gonna go for
absolutely
her
has,
sweats.
like,
The egg sweats.
As you're wrapping up, Wembley absolutely says, deploying preparational lab-safe skin barrier. And the liquid turns from water to just something mysterious and pink that just like shoots out and coats you entirely before seeming to rapidly evaporate away. And your skin feels
Jesus.
slightly slimy, but mostly just
warn a woman, Wembley. Warn a woman. Alright. Cool. Sorry, Michelle, what did you say she should be wearing? Egg sweats?
Egg sweats.
Alright, yeah, so she's gonna be wearing the egg sweats, but she definitely cut them up to be a crop top, like, sweater, and, like, so that she can show off her signature midriff, obviously. And, yeah, and then she's just gonna, like, have, like, a little towel wrapped around her neck because she didn't get a chance to dry her hair. And so she's just gonna, like, strut out like she owns the place and go find Percy.
Merlin, because you took a shower and received the lab coating. Any of you can do this if you take a shower at the lab. Once per day, until the end of the day. Each time you shower.
You're still robot.
You're still Wembley.
Thank you. Once per day, until the end of the day, each time you take one of these showers, if you are hit with something that does acid or poison on contact, you can instead choose to shed the protective lab layer.
Cool.
And you will, depending on the severity, either completely nullify or half that damage.
That might be
That's cool.
Nice.
There's basically a very, very thin shell on the outside of your skin.
Mm-hmm.
Were you expecting us to go downstairs today, Steve?
I don't know what I was expecting, but I'm down for whatever.
We're
Yeah.
looking for Gwen.
Yeah.
We're scouring for Gwen, screaming.
Yeah. So
Printing.
Arthur's got his scanner device on, and we're in the elevator going down a floor, and like he's rigging that up, and
Cool. So Lance and Arthur.
I think
you're
he'd
going
also
down
be
now. Lance and Arthur, you're going
Yeah.
down now. Merlin
Yeah.
and Percy, you're on the next elevator ride down. Gawain,
Yeah.
you're already down there. Where are you going? While they're riding down
I'm
the elevator,
currently-
or are you just gonna hang out?
Well,
I'm gonna stay put because Arthur basically was like, "Don't move," and I was like,
A
"Okay."
moment later. Yeah. Cool. So a moment later, you hear a light bell chime. And as you do so, the door opens behind you to Lance and Arthur standing in the elevator.
Lance is reacting, trying to like look at what is making that noise. Something's targeting us.
Level
Well,
2.
it's like, Grenade?
Hey,
Grenade?
hey, I'm over here. I'll go and wave my flashlight.
Okay. And I'm gonna quickly scan the. Warren, is there anyone else here?
Neon Knights. Welcome to level 2.
Wembley?
That's not how the computer sounds.
Yes,
Yeah,
No,
women
that's
are
not.
something kind of strange.
I didn't seal this room from the air, from the toxins, like I did the floor above. So,
Oh, we should go.
Oh, we should
yeah.
leave. Oh.
Wait, you come back towards us. And
Yeah.
we'll get a mask set up. And I'm like just moving
We just go
the
to
thing
the
around.
store to get Excedrin. Why do we have to go into the lab?
They said that ibuprofen.
Just
Yeah.
wanted an IV.
Back on like episode 10 or 20 when we got here. Actually, it was probably
Yeah.
not that. It was like 30ish maybe.
No.
Yeah, we
It was-
only sealed the air to the top level from all the spores.
Shit! Time to go. Yeah, let's. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take my flashlight.
Percy and Merlin are just kind of waiting at the elevator door, tapping their foot because Arthur and Lance are still just like loitering. So we're just kind of like,
And I'm like just basically like I'm clearly untrained, so I'm just sort of like pointing like this, like just like looking for anything to move with my glorified flashlight.
Did anybody hear that? Or was that just my imagination?
I don't know, but we've been down here a little while, and this hasn't been cleared.
Let's,
Wibbly, if you could seal
I
all
hate
doors
the
on this
spooky
level,
noises
please.
in the background.
just
Make it
raise
stop.
my fist, sort of
Get
stand
in the
next to my
elevator.
butt.
Get in the elevator.
Come on, let's all.
Seal door. Please reset main power.
Just
No.
What?
Are you guys strapped?
Lance,
What does it need?
To reset the main.
What
It
if you
means
need to
that-
get? Are we all in the elevator now?
So, Gawain is standing outside the elevator in the middle of a very dark room, illuminated by basically only his comm.
In the elevator. Get in the
Arthur
elevator.
and
Yeah.
Lance are standing in the elevator, and Arthur is like pointed into the room with a red light flashlight pointing it at Gawain.
yeah,
Right.
and I'm like scanning all around to see if I could see anything moving. Does the air look like it has anything visible in it?
Go ahead and give me a perception check, modified
Oh,
by your
no.
computers.
A gross like
Percy's just texting the group chat like, "You guys good?"
Yeah.
Can you reset the power?
Where?
Elevator requested
Oh.
above.
Wait, hurry!
God, I jump in.
One success on that
Lance.
perception.
Lance kind of like tries to actively avoid touching Gwen, or, like looking at him, kind of like he's got like leprosy.
You're like a big guy in a small elevator. How do you avoid touching
So he like
Wayne?
hugs the wall. He's like, oh, look,
As soon as Gwen gets close, I like kind of move in front and like push to like cover with the flashlight, which currently isn't a weapon.
Nope.
So I don't know if that's
Yeah.
like actually useful,
Arthur.
but
Give me your perception check, modified by
One.
your computers. So roll your computers on top.
I hate the robot noise.
Okay, that makes it 4 successes instead.
Gawain,
5,
give me a
actually.
perception check as well. Lance, you can either give me a perception check or avoid Gawain.
Or what?
You can either give me a perception check or avoid Gawain.
Oh.
I got 1 hit.
Oh.
What do you think?
He doesn't want to catch the ick.
Cool.
He's
So
gonna avoid.
you're busy just pressing yourself to the back of the wall.
How's your arm feeling? Are you okay?
I'm to be honest, I'm not feeling that great. I came down here to get medicine, but
Right,
what
yes, no, medicine.
Push
Of
the
course.
elevator close button. I don't think this button even actually does anything. I thought it was.
Come on, get
to cut this short, Bloodfist, we think that you are infected with many spiritual insects.
Click, 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 click. Elevator door closed. Elevator door closed. Click, click.
Oh
click,
God!
Actually, yeah, we've discovered a doctor who says that they might be able to help you. Click, 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 click.
Door closes finally. What was your perception?
We don't hear like a weird screech after the door closes.
What was your perception?
5 total with the computers.
5? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
As you scanned across with your sonar, sonars are very good at telling the difference between hard things and soft things. And what you found is that there seems to be certain areas of the room that seems to be sort of coated in something soft.
I don't like that.
In addition,
Coated in something soft?
something
Yes.
soft, yes.
Just areas of the room.
Like some flood type of shit.
Some what's it called? Space, the way you the game where you like
Spooky
shoot
lichens.
the aliens with
Oh,
lines.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, wait, it's like
Dead
the
Space.
lichens from
yep.
from Labyrinth with the eyeballs. They just go.
Ah!
And
No thanks.
near the door, there were very clearly heat signatures in long, what you would almost say seemed like venous lines.
The heat signatures would only kind of show up because I didn't have an IR scanner. I had not. I considered it, but it seemed like too much trouble.
I thought you had IR.
No, I had a ultrasonic, so it was just
You're
a
right, you
distance
just had
measure. It was,
ultrasonic, yeah. Okay,
so
yeah.
it was basically
you
just a
actually
glorified
wouldn't
sonar
know
and
that.
flash.
All you would know is like the room was suddenly a weird shape and there were soft patches. Also, just as the door closes, you hear, and then the elevator just descends.
Like the most alien Donkey Kong Country noise I've ever heard.
I don't like it.
It's like King K. Rool meets Stranger Things.
Meets like a Demogorgon or something. Yeah.
Merlin's just trying, like squeezing
Yeah.
her hair out as
Merlin
the doors
is just
open.
letting everything
doors
drip
open.
onto the floor.
All right, floor one.
Be like, right, you need to get into containment now. Come.
I feel like I'm
Kissy
gonna throw
Percy.
up.
What are you?
Merlin,
There's
you and
monsters
Percy are like in
downstairs.
front of the door when it opens.
So I feel like we discovered that like weeks ago. Gwen, why did you go downstairs if you knew there were monsters?
They've made it all the way to the second floor. It's they're getting closer and growing, potentially.
Oh, so the monsters are coming up here.
They made sounds.
Can't we
Horrible
just have,
sounds.
like one normal day? I'm trying to
I
do
was
some
really
really well-deserved self-care.
I mean, Willie
See-
did say that he had heard that there were spooky things in the basement.
You see Lance just kind of rearing up to smash the elevator.
Oh, shit.
Whoa, 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 big guy! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
While closing off the entrance.
Well, maybe there's
Any
a different way.
objections? Smash.
Perhaps we could just seal.
Well,
Well, given that no one was able
Yeah,
to
I'm
stop
not a
Lance in
wild-
time, Lance, go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Oh my god.
Oh my
just
god.
King Kong this thing, just.
Do remember that Lance gets 6 bonus dice when attacking structures, and that your club innately does more damage.
He's just
to
a siege
structures.
weapon.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's just a siege weapon. I like how Lance's response to spooky horror shit is, I'm gonna destroy the elevator.
Yeah.
To be fair, that's a fair response. That's
Yeah.
probably
Nope,
pretty-
nope. Lance is the one who would
This is
survive the
already
horror
happening.
movie.
Yeah.
I can ask you guys the question without tainting it. How are you guys getting out of the lab then if he smashes the elevator? Like, what's the new plan for ascending
Oh,
out of
wait.
the lab?
Oh wait, I thought this was a different elevator. Wait,
There is one
I didn't
main
realize this was
elevator.
the only elevator out.
Cool.
shit.
Yeah, that's.
There
Yeah.
might be other elevators, maybe. You guys have never really looked into it, but this is like the central main elevator
Oh,
in the main circle.
Does Lance know that this is the only way out?
Well, it's the way we've always come
only
in.
way Lance has come in or out of this building.
Oh, okay. Well,
Follow your heart.
I guess the question
Well,
is
the
Lance
only-
more afraid of whatever the fuck that was, or of being trapped down here?
he doesn't want to be trapped. No.
Oh yeah.
So
That's
yeah, he probably would have like halted right before and been like,
fair.
"Is there another exit?"
Not from my
Big shrug.
not from my knowledge specifically, but what we could do is we could seal it. And actually, could you help me move some metal plates? We could
We're just gonna
Weld
move furniture in front of the door.
we could put a barrier under the elevator. So I don't know if did they have any sort of like magic lifts in your time or anything like that, or so anyways, I'm gonna press the elevator to go to the top floor.
could see if there's any magical wards that can prevent things from coming up here.
That could
Oh
work.
yeah,
That's what
I
he-
forget
Yeah.
that magic exists sometimes.
I thought that we could load.
We would just have to
So-
talk to the other mate.
Percy just makes a very askance glance at Lance because Merlin doesn't know that he boarded up the library yet. Just gonna raise an eyebrow and just.
Do I
nods.
notice Percy being sus as hell?
I'll roll a composure
The
check.
library is inaccessible at this time.
You could
Inaccessible?
Oh god.
What do you
For
mean by
safety purposes.
inaccessible? Safety
mean,
purposes?
Yes, I mean I closed off the door.
You closed off the door to my library?
I closed off the door to a section in my house.
Oh my
Your
God.
house? It's
I
my
believe it's
library.
a shared house, if I remember correctly.
got-
It was.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
was
whoa!
told to all
Lance,
of us,
have you
Lance.
ever had a roommate before?
No.
Let
is
me tell you something. There's a little thing called roommate boundaries and respect, and you're not following them. You boarded up the door to my room. Regardless of who owns the proverbial lease,
To
that
prevent
room was mine. So if
a-
anybody was doing the boarding up there, it would be you'd have to ask me first. Cause I got shit in there that now I can't get to because you closed off the door. You
Is it
feel?
Servo in there?
Oh God!
And Servo! I had Servo
Servo's
doing
fine.
arts and crafts
Right.
in there.
This will be. I will unboard the door whenever we find that there's not a crazed scientist that is trying to maybe access dark magical information.
The
Like,
only way that
He can't do jack shit unless somebody like wakes him up.
we don't know this.
Well, he's not even there. He's in. No, he's talking about Jekyll.
I'm talking about
Ron.
Jekyll.
You let Jekyll into my
So,
library?
No,
no,
to casual
no.
everyone, we should all here. And Arthur's like,
Wayne is dying.
I would like to call for a.
Gwen is
quick-
dying.
We will
Change
all.
the subject.
We will all adjourn to the round table and figure out what needs to do next. We have discovered that Gwen may be dying, that Jekyll, an old friend of mine, may have been creating abominations that will unmake this world, but he's going to help try and save Gwen. Because I believe down at his heart, he wants what's best for people, even if he's generally mostly thinking for himself and is very scared. Finally, Lance, you have been very wise to avoid problems. For the now, I believe,
Thank you.
Wimley, is there a fire suppression system, something with foam that hardens?
Don't talk to the computer. The monsters probably
Sir
have.
Arthur, there are many fire suppression systems within the facility. The type of fire suppression system varies depending on the area, as certain labs will have different likelihoods of different types of fire in them. However, the main fire suppression system uses either a water or foam-based solution. Hardening foams are only used in areas that do not require egress for those attempting to escape a flame.
We could just throw an explosive down the hole where the lift goes.
If we cause it a cave in, it could knock out the floors beneath our feet.
The foundation, true.
Wait, you can move stone, yes?
I can, yes.
There may be stone around the shaft on the other side of the steel going down the elevator. We could just seal it.
I'm impressed that there's any organic material in this area. Yeah, that might work.
Yeah, I'll get my welding torch, and I take my Excalibur and welding torch, which is a form it's done before. All right, so before any of
we
those,
do anything, we need to gestures, like steps away a little bit and gestures again. Left fist, sweat.
oh
Rob-
yeah, yes, you're right. One
Yeah,
problem at a
nice.
time.
I
Thank
have taken
you,
the liberty
Sir
of
Lance.
preparing the round table in your preferred style. Please follow the green arrows.
Fine, but if we're going to the round table, I'm taking Lance's chair, breaking it off into little pieces, and using those pieces to board up his door. And then she's gonna walk down and follow the arrows.
I love this family.
This way to the
And she's
executive
just gonna-
meeting suite at the round table.
She's gonna flip her hair, but like her hair is still wet, so anybody who's standing behind her just gets fan sprayed with like hair water.
Arthur just kind of goes like
Lance
this,
goes,
like,
elbow.
Yeah.
Why
it's like,
is it
this is
syrupy?
water.
Why does it smell like mangoes?
Smells like
Yes.
mangoes.
That's exactly it. That's what it is. Mangoes.
I love how we've determined that Merlin uses mango scented hair. They're not lavender scented because her hair is purple. Oh
No.
No, it's mango.
Mango.
Because
Purple
Merlin is Rudy.
Lance has never
So-
smelled a tropical fruit like mango before. So he's like, it's honeysuckle and citrusy. What's this?
Oh my
You all
god.
arrive, and as you step into the room, you find that at some point, all of the walls, the display walls, have been changed to look like wood with like tapestries hanging all around, like long banners, I should say, vertically. And the main table is still very much just a big circular faux wood table, but like projected on top of it in the middle, there's just like a bunch of swords all stabbed in. And projected over top of the stools around the table look like high-back wooden chairs.
Ew.
Internally
Cool.
squealing, very excited.
Contains excitement.
Does this fit your preferred aesthetic taste, Neon Knights?
Yeah.
If my chair could have some glowing lights on it, perhaps maybe some like little lines, like something
Again,
cyber.
Arthur, we are in
Right,
so
right.
many other
Yeah.
situations.
Like, literally the neon light.
He's got a point.
lines up there.
I think we need like a neon sign hanging above like on the accent wall that says the Neon Knights in like pink neon.
One is traced instantly across the
Yes.
wall.
Percy's just gonna kick her feet
Yeah.
up on the table and lean back and just kind
Computer
of
person.
grab a piece of whatever soy cubes were in the kitchen and just start nomming.
Yeah, there's just like soy cubes and very cold soy calf that it's
How
brewed a
far-
long time ago.
Like
Shit, these need
is
salt.
the table like
Oh,
how big is
I'll
the
take the
table? Because
Oh, thanks,
like
Wade.
is it like too big to where I can't reach under the table with my leg and kick Lance's chair
Oh my
over?
god!
No, no, no. It's big enough that here's a good size estimate.
Sibling energy.
If Merlin wanted to reach the center of the table, she would have
Uh-huh.
to get on the table and reach her arm like all the way above her head, and her shins would be
Or-
at the edge of the table.
Or hear me out.
Use
I
magic
could
hand.
use
The
I could use
solid.
my magic fingers to use a magic hand to push his like as he tries to sit down. I'm gonna use the magic hand to like pull the chair.
You can. I do
I don't
require
know
you.
if you can lift that heavy of a piece of wood.
Yeah, I don't know if the magic can do that.
Magic
let me
hand
see, okay.
absolutely can if you cast it at a high enough force.
Hell yeah, let's go, Kaya!
Turns from mage hand to Bigby's hand in like 5 seconds. Just
you
went
have
to
tell
the
me
gym.
what force you're
Forces.
casting it at, and I will lower the DC if, as you did in episode 2, you sing the magic hand song while you do it.
What's the magic hand song name? This is just like
You wrote it on the spot. It was
I
like
know what it is.
well,
No, it's magic hand, magic hand.
hand does for magic hand can. Okay,
That's exactly what it was, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna cast it at 4-7.
Magic hand, magic hand. Doing the things
Right.
the magic can.
All right, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits.
Okay, what are you attempting to do to the chair?
I'm literally just being a
She's
little shit.
Scooting it out from
And
underneath that
every
fall
single
down.
time Lance tries to sit down, I'm gonna scoop the chair out of his way.
Is there stone beneath the floor?
I'll be right back. I gotta go pick up the food real quick.
Great.
But
I love you, Case. I'm
Actually-
sorry.
With that, let's take a 5-minute break. When we come
Yeah.
back, we'll do a very brief 2-year anniversary celebration, and then we will continue
yeah.
on with
Yeah.
you guys planning, and then the long rest.
It only took 2 years. but
It's
we've
only
made it to
11:30 in the
round
morning.
table.
Let's go.
It's morning.
Fair enough.
Mm.
Okay. Nevertheless,
All
you
right.
all in, let's say it's 9:27 East Coast, so let's say we'll be back here at
It's
9:32.
32.
9:32.
Oh,
It's 32.
9:32?
Your clock's off.
Okay, then let's say it's 9:40 East Coast is when we'll be back.
Okay.
Cool beans.
Sounds excellent.
See y'all soon.
Bye.
Oh, no.
Welcome back, everyone,
Oh, no.
to Running in the 90s. The birds have been working for the bourgeoisie for 2 years now, and so I invite you all to join us in our tiny little Running in the 90s 2-year celebration. I've had such a great time with you all. I'm really excited for what's to come in what I believe in the next year will be the conclusion arc. For the story. It's great. But thank you all, the audience, for being here. And until the next time, please always remember, never forget, birds work, bourgeoisie everything.
Yeah.
Yay!
Seer's gonna be mint.
Oh, the music was overpowering your lovely speech, Steve. Yeah, Steve, the music was too loud.
Oh no!
No one heard what you said.
You got the message.
Well,
Been doing this shit for 2 years.
all you need to know is
Just
2
give
years
him the
of
gist. Give him the
shenanigans.
gist.
2 years of the birds working for the bourgeoisie. Another great year in the future.
2 years of audio problems.
Loved having you all here. Loved having my wonderful players. Things are gonna be great. And I think this next year is the great big conclusion arc, so we shall see. But
We love
in
you,
the
man. Thank you
meantime-
for running this for us.
I love you, nerds.
Love you, nerds!
I
Fucking
love
nerds.
Fucking nerds!
fucking nerds.
Whoa, nerds.
Okay. So, you all have sat down at the round table.
Except for Lance.
Lance, as you're sitting down, your chair just absolutely gets yoinked from beneath you. You can roll if you would like.
We need to have like that music of like the slow tuba noise of like boom, 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 where it's just like flash shots of me and Merlin back and forth at each other, like no words, just like a Pixar movie.
It's like-
I would say like a silent
This is,
movie
like,
or something.
trying to catch
Yeah.
the chair.
One of those DreamWorks shorts or something like that.
Yeah, so
Oh, Steve, your
Oh,
bird
absolutely.
background is gone.
I'll absolutely say over the next like minute and a half, Lance is just struggling to sort of chase his seat. Where the final action actually winds up being that he like finally sort of gets a hold of it and starts to sit down. When the chair gets yoinked and does like a lap around the round table before coming back.
Percy's just sitting there with Gwaine eating soy cubes.
So, anyways, to matters of pressing importance, so here's what I think we all need to focus on. And I'm gonna just like reach up and draw down like basically a text screen so I can have like visuals and images.
Yeah. Not hard.
And so we have discovered that the original blue liquid that was inflicted upon Gwaine and Boblin about 3 weeks ago is very likely a form of this sort of mutagenic compound that somehow magically creates, well, it has the ability to interact with the magical components of DNA and the biological material somehow. We don't understand it myself, but when I pulled out an image of like Dr. Jekyll, this man, an associate of mine, has worked with in the past. Furthermore, and I pull down like the like Lady Shahid and Shay and a couple of Scratchka members and that one other gang that he was referenced to. All these people know of the blue liquid's existence and at least allowed it to be used on the boat or have tried to capture a shipment of it themselves. Yes.
Sorry, go ahead. Steve, did Silk give us the name of Schmarmy McSmarmerson?
Oh yeah. What was he one of Martha Giftmiss's kids? Is that right?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
I don't know if we know that in character yet, though.
Okay.
Merlin's going to raise her hand and be like, and wait
Sorry, I
for
didn't
Arthur
know.
to finish.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't know I was.
And
being-
then-
Was that part of the deal?
No.
So Silk revealed like a list of people that like she recognized and saw
Right.
at the party. So I don't know if she would have, in her ramblings,
Absolutely. Let me get that.
recognized that person.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me get that.
Because there was definitely more people that she recognized in the list that you gave me in my notes. So it was like, we only went over so many for the sake of time. Yeah, but it was like among the notable were like
Anyways,
Celadir, some representative of Celadir.
so all of these groups, being well-known criminal elements, have been known to move illicit materials around. Now, we were originally hired weeks ago, most of us anyways, to move these blurs. I don't know how the blurs are connected, but, and then I have like, I bring egg up. So like, it's here, like here's us and this blue liquid and the people that know about it. Over here's a bunch of criminal elements. Then over here is like a bunch of stuff with like birds and how it's like a lot of the same people are influenced by these like flying birds. And oh, what was the last pit I was bringing in at the top? I had the web. And you can see Arthur, he sort of like goes, he like holds his hand up like he's trying to imagine a picture a lot larger than what like fits in the room.
Gotcha.
And he sees that Merlin, and then for a while, and then Gwaine now as well, are like waiting to interject.
You're muted again, Steve.
Well, he kind of like makes eye contact with both of you. I have an idea of how we might follow up on this. I'm not sure. I don't know if we have all the pieces yet, because, and then he finally brings in the top piece, which is the dragon.
Oh God!
Luther, and the castle, right? And how it seems like everyone who knows about the birds and the blue liquid also is aware of like Luther and wants Percy's artifact of the castle. Okay. So before I follow up on what we might do about this, because I believe our principal goal would be to save Gwaine and maybe other people inflicted with this liquid. What do you all know and have in mind? And I'll gesture sort of to Merlin first.
Question.
Yeah.
Would you say that this liquid is magically malicious?
You were waiting that long for the pun.
No, I feel like that's been.
Yeah.
I feel like she's been sitting on that for months. I feel like that's the thing. It's like, yes, puts in a code, pulls out a piece of paper that looks like a little, like the fortune cookie paper.
Yeah, look the scrolls.
So, you're absolutely right. I do believe this liquid, while created for a noble purpose, to allow people to perhaps goblinize or degoblinize, or at least expand their lives to be longer and healthier. Yes, the way it's been used is almost by its very nature destructive. I don't understand the bug spirits, but I do know that some of Percy's old acquaintances, and this is what we just found out from Soap, as Lance can attest, was trying to find us and a bunch of people who knew about this blue liquid, and we believe that they were captured by Associates of Shay, which we have learned is the name of the mysterious individual who tried to get Egg to kill us.
Okay, Steve injecting for a moment. So through your research, you would have learned that the actual last name of Martha Giftmiss is Martha Novikov, Novikob.
And a what?
Novikob.
Okay.
And Silk would have told you that the one you referred to as Schmarmy McSchmarmerson is Andrei Novikov.
Ooh.
Alright, Gwen.
I don't know if it's somewhat the fever that's making me think of crazy ideas or whatever the case may be. Chivalry is dead. Their plan was to eliminate Shadowrunners and people that they deemed sinners, right? Or to some effect.
Clean up the streets of
Yeah.
Honestly,
Seattle.
when they started trying to kill people without trial and judge who was right and wrong, I kind of stopped listening to them. But yeah,
That's
I think
fair.
that was their aim.
Well, what's the most effective way to kill an entire population? Look at Chicago. You
That kills
infect
everyone.
them. Exactly. But it kills everybody and leaves the people that they deem worth saving to be able to be saved, right? If they are able to watch the progression of things through these... I don't know. I'm just...
That would be a disaster for everyone, including the elite. That much loss of life cannot be beneficial.
That's
But
fair.
perhaps, I don't know, maybe someone would find it useful if Seattle was no longer a sore spot in an independent city in the mid of growing, their companies, nations, I don't know. It certainly gets in the way of us building our own place if they crushed Seattle.
Very true.
That's the closest thing we probably have to somewhere that's independent. Alright. It's an interesting idea. Does anyone else have anything to add that they think might have been missed? I know we've all been doing a lot.
What do the birds have to do with all of this?
They can see types of magic. That's all I was able to discover.
Is maybe
They're able to identify magical.
do you think they could
items,
see the bug
signatures.
spirits inside of people?
I would maybe say in times where we're looking at ruling powers, I think that it's best to look at it from their perspective. And in that case, if they're wanting to get anywhere, they're wanting to rule over working class individuals lower than them. In this situation, maybe goblinizing individuals is a way that they can harbor some kind of control over them, perhaps either by having a cure already available or by weeding out weak ones so that they can control stronger ones later.
It's true, and if they could plant these bug spirits and use them to let people go back to their rebellious groups and sabotage them from the inside as they all get infected, that could be a very effective and very easily deniable weapon for rooting out people who aren't with the system. Look, I have no desire for us to be rooted out, but I was hoping to take time and build the nation slowly, but if they've already come to us by infecting our friend Gwaine here, then we need to go back to them and find a way to stop this. Now, for the plan, there's a lot of leads, probably most of them about as good as each other. But I was looking at this and I sort of pull like all the different people, right? And I'm going to specifically reach up and grab Zandrea?
Siberia.
Oh!
Siberia,
Yeah.
and pull her out. This woman. And I sort of like pull the image up and almost like throw it down in the middle of the table.
Percy, it just looks at Merlin and just goes,
Blender broad.
"They're broad. We meet again."
My greatest adversary and rival.
My computer. Yeah, we have good reason to believe, based on the experience of Merlin and Percy, that she knew that the blue liquid was about to be released and Chivalry's Dead was going to make a move on the ship. They were prepared for it. We also know that we believe she contacted Shay on that ship and possibly reports to him. We also know that she's connected to Penumbra. And finally, we know that she was leaving messages here for Egg, wanting to know his progress on something he was working on. Besides, just getting the keep from Percy. So I believe, if she is not yet aware that Egg is deceased or captured, we could use that as a way to lure her, and perhaps either we can threaten her, appeal to her good sense, bribe her. There might be some way to get her to give us access to Shay, and we can work our way up the chain. Because I think if we were able to liberate or find the location of Lilac and Jet and some of the other people, the Silver Bullet, that vigilante fella, other people who could have been on our side but have been removed from the city, we might have a much better chance of doing something about the liquid.
Then, in what situation do you find that the wolf fits into all of this, then?
Maybe he's
I
just
was-
a mercenary?
And I will now pull up the wolf, just the the giant, horrifying, snarling, digital, smeared wolf.
The only picture we have is of him mutilating somebody.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, God.
The only picture is just half blood spray.
So I have the wolf mid mutilation of something. I have just the splattered remains of Betty. And the skinless version of Ben.
Oh, God. The skinless version of
It's a
Ben.
little skin detonation scene.
I'd be like, so this
Disgusting.
crew reeks of desperation and dedication. If there's anyone that has the same resolve we do, it might be them, but I don't know what they're trying to do.
What their aim is.
They could just be mercenaries,
Did
but
you-
if they are, they're dedicated.
Could be.
Speaking of dedication, when was the last time any of us had heard, gotten letters from Boblin?
He called us the other day saying that he was going to go to the doctor.
And we think that maybe he was
Oh,
treating the
definitely.
same ailment as
Definitely.
Bloodfist. Then
Really,
should we-
Last message from him was this morning.
Steve, you're a little soft. Can you bring your
he
mic?
said last message was this morning, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. Yeah.
Should we get Boblin over here and try to...
Well, if they figure out that he's been infected intentionally and is seeking medical help, they'll probably want to make him disappear before the broader community finds out what's
Well, we
going
can't
on.
let that happen.
So we might need to pull Boblin back underground. I don't know if he'd appreciate that, but
I think if he doesn't pass, then I think that would be fair compensation.
yeah. We should probably contact anyone he's seen, see what they know. Make sure they're not being too hasty. Alright, so
I'm sure he's
final-
gone to some slimy doctor in the pits of
Probably.
the underground.
probably.
Lance
So-
just having flashbacks of
It's time as Dr. Mox and Flexen.
the doc that Lance refused to go to, whoever that was.
Oh, Dr. Vanderjack? Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Vanderjack.
So we can bring Boblin here and make sure that the doctor who saw to him is being careful with that information. And we could try and make contact with the wolf again.
Why?
Yeah, I second that. Why?
Last
We
time
need to
did
know
that,
what the wolf is about.
someone almost
Perhaps
died.
we don't talk to him directly. Is there someone we know who interacts with the wolf? We could figure out what he's about.
0.
That's true.
Besides Ben?
Well, I would
Well-
love to have Ben, but did you go to get Ben?
Yes, I went. I thought I'd been over this already. Yes, I went to go get Ben, and I ran into the wolf.
So
and
the
I was
wolf
trying
has
to go
him.
get. Yes, the wolf has Ben.
So we can't get to Ben without going through the wolf.
No.
Okay.
And we turned Betty into a pancake on the streets of Seattle.
She's definitely dead.
So, as useful as that avenue would be, I'm afraid I feel like it's closed.
Why do you want to talk to the wolf?
Because anyone that dedicated to a cause is either being paid extraordinarily well and knows something important, or they have a reason for what they're doing, and I'm curious as to what it would be. Sometimes if people aren't motivated by money, they're easier to convince.
We also need to get Percy a silencer.
This is
I have
very
this.
true.
Have
I have
we
this written-
still not
have it written
given
on my arm.
Percy a silencer?
Did
I wrote
Wimbley
it
get
about
me a
3 days ago, and
silencer?
the ink has not come
There
off.
I mean,
is
Wimbley
Wimbley.
got me $600 worth of hair supplies, so
Hey,
Huh?
Wimbley.
What? What?
Yes, sir.
Is that being shipped here?
Hey, Wimbley.
Yes.
Merlin tells me that you got her some items. Could you procure items for me?
I can.
Cool. I'm gonna just tell her the make and model
My
of my
hospitality
gun.
functions allow me to acquire anything that you might require.
Great. So I'm gonna give her the make and model of my gun and tell her what kind of silencer I need.
There are
So-
862 silencers on floor 3 of the lab in the armory. If you would like one for that specific model, there are 23 silencers that will fit that specific firearm.
Well, we can't really go downstairs right now.
I love it.
The elevator is in working condition.
Yeah, but
Wish it
You
wasn't.
can have
So-
any room you want in the basement.
riddle me this, Wimbley. Say I don't want to go downstairs to the armory. Could you still procure me what I asked for if it's not from downstairs?
Surely there's some service robots.
That is a good
You
riddle.
want to send
Is
you want to
the
send
answer.
Servo downstairs?
Not servo in particular, but service robot number whatever.
A bunch of cyborg abominations just show up the next.
Like something out of
That
Toy
might
Story
be
where
it.
That might work. We could send some
If you wish
robots.
for me to acquire a firearm for you, I will need a valid SIN number with a registration for that firearm type.
that
I have a fake SIN that would work for that.
what rating?
Oh God, you're gonna ask me what rating my fake SIN is? It's
And
been
you have
2
a
years.
license for your gun.
I do actually. I have a rating 6 license for my gun
And
and
if
a
the
rating
license
4
falls
fake
through-
SIN.
If
Nice.
the license falls through, won't they come here to investigate the?
Yeah, I have a rating.
Ask-
Sorry,
That is
rating
correct.
4 fake SIN, rating 6 fake license for my firearm, and rating 6 fake license for a concealed carry.
Nice.
If that license gets rejected, won't they come here to discover?
That is
Why?
correct.
Cool.
Maybe we can ask Scratch.
I can perform the order right away. Would you like that under Sir Percy, or under Percy O'Mara?
No, the SIN is for Stella.
Stella.
Stella!
O'Mara. Understood.
No, it's Stella McAfee, not
Stella
O'Mara.
McAfee, registering new alias for Sir Percy.
Thank you.
Would you like me to place that order now, Stella?
I'm just
Uh,
gonna
hold-
I'm gonna look at Lance. And no, I'm gonna look at Arthur and be like, eyebrow raise.
Arthur's gonna just be like, and I'd like to open up all the empty Can I get a list? Or Wembley, can I get a list of empty apartments in Seattle? Past
Of
the
course.
squatters' rights state.
Percy's just gonna cross her arms because you ignored her.
Of course. Give me. Done.
Hold on, Percy. I'm trying to see if we can set that up. I have an idea that if
432 locations generated in 0.21 milliseconds.
yeah, I'll go pick a random apartment, street level, somewhere no one would go. And then I'm gonna try and do a hacking I'm gonna try and make that look like it's Stella McAfee's apartment.
Okay. You're gonna have
and
to
I'd like-
roll. This would
So,
making
Percy-
it into Stella McAfee's apartment on paper is a whole thing. You'd have to like figure out what server that is, and then mark the server, and then hack the server, and avoid the ice.
That sounds hard. I'm not good at that. I'm
technically
okay at
can,
hacking.
But
Oh, here's what I'm gonna do instead. I'm going to. Is there a local server near that apartment?
like the local Matrix hub, yeah.
Yeah. So I'd like to be like, okay, Wobbly, can you route this order as if it's coming from that local Matrix hub, with the destination shipping address listed as that shitty apartment, and then send a robot there to go pick it up, like a day after it's delivered.
Unfortunately, hospitality and not subterfuge are my functions. I can attempt to gain this skill by looking it up in my databases and go through a learning course. I will need time to develop, though.
I think, Percy, I think that if we make an order from here, if we have ice show up at this location, if your check bounces or license bounces, then there would be a very
Fine.
good chance that we
Uh,
wouldn't be able to
Wimbley
escape.
is going to start a 1-week skill training course to learn how to do cyber espionage and intelligence.
Oh wow.
Wonderful.
Hey Wembley.
Yes, Sir Merlin.
What name did you place the order for my hair products under?
Mercedes!
Oh!
Oh no! God damn it!
Oh no!
Mercedes Vanderbilt.
Wembley.
I missed.
No,
I missed. What happened? What happened?
So, you remember when Merlin ordered her hair stuff? Wembley ordered it under Mercedes.
No. He wasn't here when Merlin ordered her hair stuff.
Oh,
Arthur?
that's right.
Yeah.
Arthur. How good are you at internet stuff?
I'm acceptable. I used to try and play around on the local little network we had set up at the lab.
So
but it wasn't my
Wembley might
specialty.
have Amazon ordered a bunch of hair products for me, but used my real name.
Oh. Fuck. Hold on.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay. So, long briefing short, I was thinking we would go to the oil rig so that we could get information on the birds being shipped out and possibly the blue liquid to use as potential blackmail or information that we could trade with Siberia. But that's on hold now for a bit.
Merlin isn't a sin. The only sin you have on you is Mercedes Vanderbilt.
Right.
No, I thought that
This
was
was erased.
deleted.
It
Yeah,
was
her sin was deleted.
You have the version that's on your shit. It just doesn't like, check out anywhere. So basically, what he just she.
You're still a robot.
I thought Wembley was a girl.
She is most of the time, except when I forget and use the wrong pronoun because they're an AI.
We respect. Oh God. We respect the gender fluid AI. I respect
Yeah.
it.
That's nice.
Wembley is absolutely gender fluid. Anyways, so what Wembley did was order to this address a bunch of hair products on a dead sin for Mercedes Vanderbilt.
Cool.
That's not great.
You know who's looking for that? The wolf.
Hey,
Looks like we brought him right to us. We're good.
You know who else is looking for
He's on
that?
his fucking way. He's on his way.
You know who else is looking
He's
for
outside.
that?
Like all of
Horizon?
the corpse.
Aries.
Aries.
Slenderbit,
Wembley,
probably.
please initiate a full lockdown. Just
Are we
whatever
not
you've got,
already in
whatever's
full
in
lockdown?
that category. chemical leak, hardening, full blackout.
Initiating lockdown procedures.
Fantastic. Oh god.
Cool.
Oh,
So, Boblin isn't joining us, for the moment.
You can come into the
Wait,
sewers.
where's Jekyll?
yeah.
Jekyll is at Zero's place.
Yeah,
Jekyll's
he's not with
Zero.
us.
I thought he was planning to experiment on Gwaine.
He
the whole
took
thing.
a sample of Gwayne's blood to
Oh,
experiment
okay.
on,
That makes sense.
and that's
God.
at Zero's apartment where he's
Yeah,
set
he
up
didn't
his
wanna
new
hang out
temporary
here.
lab. No.
All I'm saying
We
is
should give
Gwaine-
them a forewarning.
During the lockdown, travel between floors is now restricted.
Hold on.
Cool.
Hold
Oh,
on.
Oh,
All right,
no.
We
so,
can't go see
um,
the screaming monsters. Wayne is making a puddle on the table of sweat. We should do something about that.
Yeah, so we need to
Back
get.
to the bleeding.
We need to. So I was hoping that Liberia would be able to tell us how to slow down the transformation. Not to worry, Grain. You're gonna be all right. We're looking in after you, but we want to slow down the effects until we can get a cure sorted or some sort of reversal.
Just make sure that whatever happens, that you guys are okay too. Right? I don't know what this
yeah,
does.
they were
but-
fine. Percy, we need to do a perimeter. We need to know what's going on outside of the facility in as big a radius as possible. Since we're locking it down, it's going to be hard to get in and out. But if you can figure out what sort of equipment might be able to tell us what's happening, or even like spook around on the surface and let us know who's coming up. Merlin?
So,
Yes.
shouldn't we just leave?
Yeah, we could just leave.
I could leave.
Yeah.
See if someone shows up.
If this place is compromised, or maybe we should go.
Where else would we go?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of sketchy, random labs with state-of-the-art equipment around here.
I mean, you're proposing that we, up and leave, which means we have to transport a dragon, a taxi cab driver, another taxi cab driver, my dad, Dev.
And all of the evidence of everything
I
we've
mean,
been doing that we've left
technically,
here.
every single
Anyone
person
seen
that
that?
you just listed has a mode of transportation
Yeah.
already.
All right, I
Need I
agree with
repeat?
Merlin.
A dragon.
I agree with Merlin. If people are coming here, I don't think, unless we're planning to fight them and beat them, and do it quietly enough that the rest of the city doesn't
The
investigate.
dragon has wings. Dev is a meal on wheels. And
All right. So
The way that Michelle said dragon was the
Absolute
most
heresy.
she's
Dragon
a
of the
snack.
world.
She's more than a snack. She's a whole ass meal.
Oh god.
all
Does
right.
that mean that Gwaine is going to dine and dash?
Please.
Lance,
Let's continue.
remember when you made us that tunnel for a little ways to get out of the Boblin cave? I mean, we drilled most of it with the giant mech drill, but
Right.
you could make a short tunnel. Yeah?
With time.
Well, I've locked down the main exit, the main entrance and exit. I don't know how hard that would be to undo, but if we could get everyone packed up, and you could make a tunnel between here and the surface, we're on the highest level. Hopefully, it's not too far. Do I know about how deep this structure is?
About 6 floors.
To the
So
bottom, but
there's
we're on
6 floors
highest
of the
floor.
structure. It's about 4 floors down, because it's beneath the 3rd sub basement of the waste
So what's that?
processing
40, 50
facility.
feet?
40 feet.
40, 50 feet.
Says, I'll need 20 loaves of bread.
Okay.
To eat?
Loaves of bread.
Need to have enough energy to do that, yes.
Will
Okay.
soy work? Soy loaves? Is that acceptable?
No idea.
All
I
right.
must say, I do not understand the differences in what the soy is and how it has changed everything.
So
It's like,
I can ask Wembley if there's a way we can do a perimeter check, and then I will tell our house guests to hop in our fancy schmancy warehouse arc so that
Yeah.
we can shuttle everyone to safety.
Yeah.
That's
And
gonna be a
what-
fun conversation.
Yeah.
it will be interesting.
Merlin, you can
Hi.
spook around in Astral, right?
Yeah, I can do that.
So
Why?
if the
What you
wolf was
need?
coming, would you be able to see him coming in Astral?
Yeah, but I can't really fight him in the astral. I tried
you
to
give
do
us
that,
advanced
and he's,
warning
like,
so we know
really
which way to run?
spooky. He had like an astral like spear made of fire.
Have you ever
Yes.
tried? Would you be able to at least let us know if he's getting close? we're not surprised.
Steve, would I be able to see him coming if I weren't astrally projecting, or would I have to be astrally projecting to do that?
Because you're so far underground, you'd have to actually like project up there, or you could go up there and then perceive. But basically, you're not going to be able to actually perceive the surface through this much.
So the
shit.
only one who can see outside the structure right now isn't actually projecting Merlin.
Mhm.
Unless Wembley helps me find some way to do a perimeter check.
The only sensors I have facing outside of the facility are the seismographic sensors we use to detect earthquakes in the region.
Do you think we could fine tune that, Arthur, to detect people
It's
approaching?
possible.
We should check the seismographic charts to see what's been going on beneath us.
I will check the charts and see
Sweet.
what I can learn from them and adjust the equipment. Gawain, there's a lot of
Yeah.
synth flesh liquid in barrels down below. I would like you to collect it, and we're going to possibly use it to make you a new heart if it comes to that. So bring all the equipment, fabrication equipment you can find with that as well.
Okay, right, okay. I'll go ahead. Art just going through these barrels, just like,
Go pick up
You
all
want-
the things you need in case you die.
Yeah, we're
It
just
looks
gonna, we're just gonna do Merlin.
Will the Neon Knights be ending this
Sorry, go
thing
ahead.
with me?
If we're taking a vacation, if we don't return, tell no one who comes that's not already in this room that we were here. In fact, take all the information of everything that's happened since we arrived and put that in a black box and hide that black box and tell me where it is and then forget yourself.
Understood. Executing with authority of Arthur.
nice.
Cool.
I don't know
I'm
which
gonna
authority
go.
that is.
Can I go to the pit and see if there's like a way to get to the surface?
Hey, what are you doing?
You can go.
Because isn't it like really tall?
You can go to the pit. It goes up, yeah, like 2 floors into the air, basically.
Oh, so it doesn't go all the way up to this like surface though, does it?
No,
Eh,
it's an enclosed room.
good. Is there any air vents or something? Can
Sorry, what are you
Percy
wanting to
search for
look for?
paths to?
Oh, to egress.
Percy is
Yeah.
searching for other alternative paths to the surface so
Okay,
that
yeah.
she can do a perimeter check.
You can give me a number of perception checks for every hour you spend on it.
I'm gonna spend. Well, we'll take this 1 hour at a
Yeah.
time.
Can we go 1 hour at a time until maybe something
Yeah.
happens?
We'll take this 1 hour at a time. Perception's based in one of my mind skills, and they're all the same. So
Once I've
We'll say
executed
it's
that thing
currently
I
about
told.
1 o'clock.
Cool. Let
okay,
me
that's
know.
3 successes.
Did I give myself a job in that task? No, I just gave everyone else. Cool. I'm still free to do
You're
something.
fine tuning the seismographic sensors.
That's right. Fuck, I had to do that first. Okay. I don't think that might be the most important thing to do.
Okay.
I think the most important thing to do might be to try and trace those packets that got sent of that communication for that order, and try
to
and
cancel it or change the
yeah.
name.
Yeah, to like limit its impact. So if someone hasn't already seen it, that information like spreads as little as possible.
Girl, that was like 2 hours ago.
No, it wasn't 2 hours ago.
No, we had the conference. There was the shower, and then we immediately went to go see about Gwen. We came upstairs. We had this meeting. It's probably been an hour at most.
It's about 1 o'clock.
Okay.
So yeah, I'd like to go and try and see where that traffic went and landed. And I'm not gonna. We ain't fucking around. I'm going to get out my Excalibur, plug it into like a console, do like a full like brain cover thing, like plug in all the tentacles right into like wires that come out of it, and then full what's that called?
Submerge.
It's not astral projection, immersion.
You jack in.
I
and
become
you do immersion.
Yeah, jack in. That's the word. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna literally
You're going hot
go
sim?
for a walk. Yeah, hot sim. I'm going for a walk on the Matrix.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that was 3 successes on my perception check, by the way.
Cool. So who wants to go first? Since we're splitting up, TM. Okay, Percy.
I feel like Percy would want to see if she could get to the top so that she can like signal people as everyone else is doing shit.
The only way that Percy is going to be able to discover this is by actually sneaking around and looking at shit, unless you're wanting to use the computer system.
Yeah.
Cool. So on the first floor, you determine that all of the vent structure for the entire first floor goes down.
Great.
Like, it leaves and everything goes down. So if there is a vent system that goes out, it goes from lower down in the facility.
Oh, fuck me.
And you're able to determine
Gross.
that easily within an hour because you don't really have to sneak around or do anything special. You can just run around and look at everything.
Cool.
When you enter the
Cool.
pit, look around there. You don't see Zephyr anywhere.
It's the wolf.
Is Zephyr in the sand?
Possibly.
Okay. I'm gonna just kind of, the music stopped and now I'm very concerned.
Right?
This got really serious real quick. I'm gonna just kind of go and be like, hey buddy, Dad didn't take you out for another walk, did he? Zephyr, I brought some soy cubes.
I have grown, mother.
No immediate response.
All right, I'm gonna shuffle around in the sand for a bit and also text my dad and be like, yo, you didn't take Zephyr out for a walk, did ya?
Nope, just working on some projects over in my room.
You left him in the pit, right?
Always. He likes it best in there, likes to roll around. I think it helps him clean his scales.
Can I roll insight? Or whatever. Judge intentions?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that was 3 successes.
You know your dad pretty well. He seems to be telling the truth.
Okay. Just gonna keep looking out in the sand and be like, hey, buddy. Yeah, I don't think my magic skills are gonna help me here. They're not like a Zephyr sensor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, this is bad. How far could he have gotten? Oh, there's a grate in the middle of the sand pit.
Way down at the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I
Auditory dragon.
like is it easy enough for me to like shuffle down there and
It'd take
investigate,
you time.
or
You'd
would I
have
need to get
dig
Lance to help
down
me move?
it. Lance would have a much easier time than you. He could move it pretty
Can I just like text Lance, see if he could help?
easy. You can always text people. That is a thing your comlink does. You're more than welcome to. You just
Yeah,
have to
no, I'm
decide what you
texting
say.
Lance.
What do you say?
Hey, I need you to move some sand. There's a grate at the bottom of the pit that might be good for people and or dragons to move through.
Lance probably has like a preset couple of things that are like that pop up. Instead of like him typing, he just kind of like he's like videos or GIFs are easier or a lot easier, and so he's like he like sends back like an eye rolling GIF of some like some cat from like the early 2020s, like old me.
Yeah.
And then sends like a video of Forrest Gump running.
Okay.
Cool.
So yeah, once Lance gets there, I'm gonna ask him to help me push the sand out of the way so I can investigate the grate.
Lance doesn't even really need to roll. He casts muscle magic once again, and uses his adept skills to move the sand out of the way. It's very soft and easy. Yeah, so you just gar that shit in chunks.
I do mumble about, you know, if we didn't have a flying death lizard in here, we wouldn't have to have a problem of losing said flying death lizard.
Flying death lizard.
I resent that,
No.
but thank you for your help anyway, Lance.
Hope it didn't get eaten by bugs.
Why
As
are you being
lift
so
up
sassy
the last
today,
chunk
Lance?
of
I
sand,
don't like dragons.
As you lift up the last chunk of sand, you find the shredded remains of what once might have been a grate at the bottom.
Oh no!
And lots of sand is
Oh.
clearly poured through it.
When do I get to tell you that I told you so?
Oh no!
Oh, I hope the alarms didn't spook him.
Where did he go?
Yeah.
Can I sniff out dragon? Does he smell like it's below us?
You can smell for dragon. Sure, give me a perception check.
Can I smell for dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Smell check. Nothing.
Nothing? The whole
Nothing.
area
Bunch of
smells
threes and fours.
intensely of dragon. Like, this smells like a dragon's lair.
I turn back to Percy and say, I think he's gone. I think he's a goner.
Percy's not gonna say anything. She's just gonna look down the hole and like get one of her flashlights and kind of look around.
As you sort of hang down into the hole and get the flashlight out, it looks like this grate was probably used as part of a system for like changing and cleaning the sand originally.
Hmm.
Down below there are just hundreds of these giant brushes that look like that are on like roller drums that look like they could counter rotate to sift the sand. And then there's conveyor belts going down pathways in different directions. There's also a small maintenance walkway off to the side. So the room beneath is probably 20 feet tall that this sand fell into. The brushes are at the bottom. There's a maintenance walkway off to the side with a door that looks as though it's been torn open at some point. A lot of the brushes look like they've been lightly singed. Actually, some have been absolutely melted. Many have tooth marks in them. You would guess that a dragon has been just sort of fucking with all the brushes and rolling around on them. Being the way you imagine a cat would handle finding a room made of brush.
Mhm.
Is it still hot? Is it recent?
That's a good question. No.
So, sometime between yesterday, when Zephyr went on his little outing with Dad, and this morning, he has escaped.
You couldn't say that for sure. Zephyr used to bury himself in the sand frequently.
Well, I mean, we saw him last.
Yeah, he was definitely... I'm just saying you couldn't tell when this destruction of the Great happened.
Right, but I mean, recently, he's probably gone down here. If he's not.
One might assume.
Great. Well, Lance, I feel like we've found the avenue of which you will be building us a tunnel because we have to go down to find my dragon. I will... Should I get back up before going down here and seeing if there's a vent upwards?
100% yes. 1000% yes.
Should I get... Who should I
Probably
get?
someone who knows magical items and things that can be magic, which is only one person,
So Merlin.
maybe. Then again, we probably need Marilyn elsewhere.
Oh, so I could hear the dragon right now, can't I? Is that what's going on
Nope,
down there?
these are strange noises. I mean, it could be the dragon.
Is this the second floor below us?
Yeah. this
Yeah. Yeah, he
Floor
went
below
down.
us.
It's the thing that we were just like,
It's
hey,
either
let's
the
never go
second
down there.
or third floor that this descends to. It's not super clear.
Can
It's a
I-
big room.
Perceive astrally from here
Yeah,
and see if I can pick up any essence.
yeah, if you'd like to.
Yeah, what do I see?
Give me a perception check. While they're doing that, Merlin, what are you up to?
Crying. No. So Merlin, other than beating herself up, is gonna make herself scarce because she doesn't want to bother Arthur while he's working to fix her problems. She does go ahead and give him her fake sin number if it would help. Like if he needs a
Yeah.
fake sin to like to sub out the bullshit that I
Mhm,
did.
mhm.
But she's going to go ahead and find somewhere to comfy for her to lay down, and she's gonna boop into Astral for a hot second. To see, and she's gonna text the group chat. She's gonna send an apple emoji into the group chat, and then she's gonna say, "If you need me, I am going to be here. Come and get me." And she's going to astrally project to see if she can do a perimeter on the building.
Ooh, yeah. I don't think you really have to roll for that because you're just going around in astral actually looking.
Yeah.
Right now, there's no one anywhere even close to the building. Upstairs.
Okay.
It's like you're going up and then looking around, right?
Yeah, I'm going all the way upstairs and then just kind of roaming.
Yeah, no one even close upstairs.
Okay, cool. What else would she do? Once she realizes that that's good. Is there like a way to set up like an alarm system in Astral? Like if somebody walks past an Astral marker, I get a little ding-a-ling-a-ling in my noggin. Is that a thing?
Not unless
I don't
there's a
know.
spell I'm unaware of, but there might be.
I don't think so. I was just pulling that out of my ass because it was on my mind.
Yeah, unfortunately, usually with astral, you kind of have to have a specific spell you want to use.
Okay, cool. Merlin is going to then go back to her body,
Mhm.
and then she's going to go to the library, and she's going to get into the library because she wants to see if...
You arrive at the library door, and they're just giant boards and planks driven into the wall with like railroad spikes over top of
Can
the
I-
door.
Can I use my magic hand to rip those spikes and doors off of? Because Merlin's not about to get her own hands dirty.
I'll say that given time and the force at which you can cast spells, yeah, it'll probably take you 30-45 minutes to rip them all off.
No,
Fine.
no.
She's
This-
gonna be
no.
ripping the spikes off of. You're not here, Lance.
Oh, work hard on those spikes.
Yeah, Merlin is gonna be ripping the spikes and the wood off of her door. Her intention is to either the smart thing to do would be do her own goddamn research, but we ain't got time for that. So Merlin's gonna go talk to Merlin and see what he
Great.
has in mind for either A, warding circles in general for the beasties downstairs, and B, cloaking devices. She wants to find a spell that will make the warehouse in its entirety, like major image, look like something else. Like she wants it to make the warehouse, if somebody that isn't us appears to the warehouse, she wants to make it look like there's like it's been leveled.
So you bust into the library, practically
love
throw
this.
the door open, and you are once
Right.
again greeted with the central area, the floors and floors of shelves going up, filled with books. The central area with the sort of lab equipment and the tables and the frozen stone creature. This odd sort of sense that time is stopped here, and the eerie silence all around. Though you do now notice that there seem to be these floating candles, which are just sort of making their way, floating around different areas that are new from the last time. And you also notice that there are a great many books that have been laid out on some of the railings, just left open. And they're all sort of just like laying there with their eyes open, looking back and forth, sort of waiting.
So Merlin's been here. Great. It would be safe to assume.
You would assume, yeah. And you're just in the library.
All right. I'm gonna go to his office.
It pleases me greatly.
You know, I was gonna say, you haven't really been to anywhere you would necessarily tack as his office, but you do remember those 3 doors that you came to.
Yeah,
The
that
locked one
weird
and the other
door that
2.
he like his face pulled out of. I was
Yeah.
assuming that's his office.
So, as you arrive there, you see the 3 doors again. Of the 2 of them, the center one is open, and there are many floating candles outside the door. They all have blue flames atop them, and it looks as though somebody has just been drawing with chalk on the ground outside, repeatedly like drawing things and erasing them, and drawing things and erasing them on the wooden floor.
Merlin's gonna walk up to the door and lean against the door frame. Does she see him in there?
As you look inside, you see a very lavish study with a large window at the back. In the window, it looks as you look into it almost like the captain's quarters on a ship. As there's in the back this large wide window that looks like perhaps the window at the back of a large man of war. And outside you can see the rolling ocean. There's a high back wooden chair from which Merlin's torso is literally protruding from the back of the chair as he cranes down over top of a book, and it says, yes, well, and then in Third Age he developed this study further, as far as we know, by working to create a stone technique that allowed the stone to absorb that blood at a more efficient rate, and convert the actual iron in the blood into the form while some of the energy was stored off for a component of the spell. Yes, continuing on. Oh, just a moment. And he slams the book closed, and the eyes just sort of poof. Merlin.
Jesus Christ, he's researching blood magic at this hour? It's not even lunchtime.
Yeah, Merlin's
Blood
gonna
magic
lean
in
against
this
the
economy?
wall, against the door frame and go, blood magic at this hour?
Oh, you know, just a bit of light reading to pass the time while you ignore me and your destiny and the things I've been waiting thousands of years for. But no! And he folds back into the chair, sort of flows like through the ground, and pops out of the door facing near you. Please do come in. I've been waiting. You're more than welcome to interrupt.
Alright.
I see
Merlin
you haven't
kinda-
brought the oath. Does that mean you've decided to reconsider?
OOC reconsider what again? He gave me an offer of some sort. I'm forgetting the details.
He basically told you that you were very important and he had this whole thing he'd been waiting forever to do and that you shouldn't trust Arthur and that
He
Lance
wants your
had been a huge
essence.
thorn in his side and was basically a hazard for anyone around him. Basically, he said, everyone is stupid, you're special, come join me in my fancy research project.
You know, I'm still mulling it over. I could,
Unfortunate.
however,
I had
use...
hoped you were more intelligent.
No, see, it's not unintelligent to require a proof of concept, as it were.
Well, if you want a demonstration, that happens to be my special.
I did have something in mind, actually.
Oh, very well.
You know what I would find
Please, sit down, and
incredibly
he extends an arm out, and literally the wood of the door just extends out as his arm, growing and growing and creaking until he grabs a
Jesus.
chair and drags
Oh, no.
it all the way over.
We lost Case.
Oh no.
You know what I would find
Use
just
the dummy thing.
incredibly...
Sorry, you can
While we're
continue, but
interrupted here,
Percy, please hit me with a dummy cam until Case gets back. Thank you. Appreciate you.
You know what I would find incredibly impressive? It would be... I've always had an interest in warding magic, specifically.
Warding magic.
But also, see, I can't decide. Which one would you say is more your specialty? Warding magic or illusions? Or, you know, maybe both. If you're feeling spicy.
And he like
Says I'm unable to join this meeting because you previously removed me.
LOL.
So somebody else needs to put in a dummy cam.
Forbidden. I can try with my phone.
Ban.
I got 6% right now. Boy,
Bam.
hold on.
I have more. My internet can take it. I'm sure it's fine. Also,
Oh,
OOC
no.
question. Normally it's not a mechanic, but at what point does Merlin have to take Warlock levels? Just as
Yeah. Good point.
Yes. Yes.
Anyway, keep going, Merlin. I'm sure this
So-
can't go anywhere wrong.
He says,
It's fine. We're doing great.
Uh-huh.
you are a Merlin. You don't have a specialty. I don't have a specialty. Our specialty is magic. We are masters of it all. There is nothing
So
that we are best.
you can do it.
Oh my god.
I can definitely do it. You are a fledgling wizard.
You
I'm
wound
not
me.
quite sure that you could actually maintain a sufficient exclusion shell, let alone perform some sort of, well, what you're asking for. But the real question is, number one, have you come to me for a way to ward yourself? Or a way to ward an item, let us say. a location, another thing. Because these are very different acts. And then, what are you attempting to ward it from? And then, have you consulted the Book of Runewright before coming to me? And wasting my extremely valuable time.
See, it's you feeling like I'm a waste of your time that makes me disinclined to come and talk to you.
It's you being a waste of time by not taking care of things yourself that makes me feel like you're wasting my time.
Don't you have nothing but time? Aren't you like immortal?
So why are you wasting so much of the very little amount you have in comparison? Besides, I was very clearly making good use of my reading.
I see that. Well, I mean, if you don't think that it's worth your time to help,
Get the
then...
Book of Runewright. You have already been helped.
All right, well,
I have already assisted you.
I will remember this. And not fondly. And she's gonna walk out the door and go find the book.
Emotions are for simpletons like the oaf. You are a Merlin. And he slams his door.
I go find the damn book.
Over the course of the next little while, basically by some combination of looking around and asking...
Can you let
whether-
Case in?
Yes.
Thank you.
Over the course of the next hour, by some combination of just looking around and asking the books, you are guided to the bottom floor, where, off to the side, you find a small set of lecterns. And each of the lecterns has a banner hanging behind it with a lot of old text. And atop one of them, the banner is blue and just covered in golden runes. And there is a book in front of it. And as you walk up to it, you see that it says the Book of Runewright.
Well, that's the one.
What would you like to do? Are you going to read it here, or are you going to take it with you? Like, what are you doing?
I'm gonna take it with me, because time is of the essence here.
Cool. Yeah. So you grab the book and you head out. As soon as you touch it, you can like feel tingling in your fingers from the amount of magical astral essence that is condensed in it.
Magic book. Magic book.
All right, Gwen, go quick. What are you doing?
I'm getting those barrels of artificial material, of the synthetic flesh, and I'm hauling that to where they need to be hauled to at the moment.
Cool. That's a pretty straightforward task, to be fair. Sorry, we switch away.
Just
from
try not
the
to think about the fact
spooky
that
magic music.
Scare.
That was perfect music for hauling
That
synthetic
was very.
flesh.
I was gonna say for hauling synthetic flesh, it seems to work out pretty well.
Yeah. To be fair,
It's a rather
But-
horrifying task.
you pick up these giant, they're basically oil drums that have been sealed with plastic caps at the top, filled with this sort of very viscous liquid, almost to the point of being a gel. And you carry them one at a time over to the spot that Lance has marked for the tunnel. And then you go back and you start just collecting arms, like articulating robotic arms meant for surgery, and blades and vices and forceps, all these things that seem relevant.
Don't think about it. Don't think about the fact that flesh is nope. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. It's just a barrel full of jelly. It's just jelly. It's not something that's going to be actively inside of your beating chest. Go ahead, just start moving it. Be like, okay. Right.
After about 30 minutes, you've moved most of the stuff. When you're walking by the pit, and you see Lance and Percy inside, and you just hear Lance being very exasperated about something. And so you'll walk in at right about the time they're finishing the discussion they're currently having about the whole debacle of the dragon being missing. Arthur, real quick, what are you doing?
So I didn't assign anything to warn the other occupants that they should be preparing to leave or evacuate. I don't think I thought of that before I jumped in the Matrix.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't know if it'd be occurring to me now. I'm assuming there's an alarm going. They'll figure it out.
Yeah, there's we're in lockdown type shit going on.
Hopefully, I mean, we'll see. Right now, I'm trying to follow. I've basically told Wimbley to give me an exact duplicate of the message he sent. And then so an exact duplicate of the message he sent, and then I'm going to try to use the instructions of that message to figure out where it would have hopped around. So basically I'm going to start hopping node to node to try and figure out where that message went.
Okay, cool.
Goes to Paul Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me. Open the book.
Also, I'm going to be summoning while I'm running along, because I imagine I'm literally like running along the wires, like traveling through space. I'm going to be. I still haven't prepared. How are my sprites doing?
One of them was at the Delilah.
Yeah, that was the subtle boy. I don't know if they're back yet. Wasn't that party last night?
It was on the 22nd, so yes.
Yeah. So that sprite should be back hanging in the Matrix, maybe with a message to me.
Yep, he is.
By now.
Oh god, what's the message?
I am busy running along this wire.
Oh god.
He just shows up. He's just sort of there, and he's like waiting with like data acquired.
So I'm gonna bring. I can't bring multiple sprites to me unless I have them doing something, right?
I mean, you can just sort of like be like idle here. Yeah.
Does that use a task to just be like, hey, idle?
No.
Okay. Since I'm just running, I'm gonna bring. The Holtz sprite doesn't have any more tasks left. God damn it. I can always summon him. Yeah, okay. So it might knock me out, but I can summon him. So yeah, I'll bring Shadow Boy.
Okay.
And I'll bring the machine sprite. Forward. Right?
Okay.
And I'll tell the machine sprite, who has like 4 tasks, so he's pretty good, to function as a surfboard. Because I would like to surf the net faster.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so he's gonna be basically his sole task then is just gonna be like translating through low-level architecture.
Yes. As quickly as possible, yeah.
You're using one of your sprites as a surfboard.
Yeah, yeah. So
when you
with,
enter the Matrix
like salty
structure,
spray.
What you see as you enter the Matrix of Seattle proper. Is just a fucking street. One street. And it just goes. And there are little side streets that are branching off of it, but there's clearly one main thoroughfare street for all of New Seattle that is like the New Seattle grid. And it's like a highway. And there are thousands of people moving up and down it. And some are basically like the majority are basically walking through these extremely crowded walkways. This is like your standard net user who's in Hot Sim. There are some people who have purchased licenses to use more bandwidth, and they're actually on the street, and the type of vehicle that they have often is related to how good that is. You see a couple of corp limos roll by at very high speed, just sort of seeming to almost stretch thin as they rocket by you and then rubber band away.
From the people that are in the fast lanes, right, not on the sidewalk, but on the street, I'm going to be using the power of Excalibur to scan my surroundings. So I'm going to have the Shadow guy in reserve, and I'm going to be using Excalibur as basically like a giant... what would I do? Some sort of like giant scanner kind of thing, right? Like a net that I'm like dragging behind me that like scans stuff as it's pulled through.
Cool. You're not going to be able to just like jump on the highway and surf.
No, I'm going to hijack people's cars. So I'm going to create the wave. So the surfboard comes with a wave. Okay. And the wave is going to try and flow over people's cars and like slightly pushing between them. Using hand wavy technomancer bullshit to try and get on the faster lanes. Okay. Maybe a bit at the risk of... Have you ever seen a motorcycle guy like weaving through traffic and he's kind of being an asshole?
Splitting lanes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah.
But yeah.
You can absolutely try and do this. Give me your hacking and then separately your hardware. And you can modify and then you can do a matrix perception modified with Excalibur.
So let me look at hacking. So I only have electronics and engineering and tasking. So I don't know if I have hacking as a direct skill. I kind of use my sprites for that. Can I use I could use my shadow sprite to do the hacking.
You could try and do that, or you could try and summon your crack sprite.
My crack sprite doesn't have any tasks. I'd have to just
You'd
fault sprite.
Recompile it. Yeah.
My fault sprite's loud though. Like he would. I mean, I guess I'm being loud. I'm already kind of being loud.
Yeah, you're not like sitting in a car quietly going along with somebody or walking down the street through the hustle. You're being like, "Fuck you, I'm moving."
Yeah. Well, I am trying to catch a packet. So, and you know, I'm Squanta. I've already like, fuck it. It's like, you know, it's fine.
Santa's coming to town, baby.
Arthur's Matrix persona just has a Santa hat now.
You could lean into it, and you probably get more people to be like, "Yeah, let's help through."
Do you know what? Because I didn't choose the Santa hat. 'Cause the persona is who I think I am in the Matrix, right? It's sort of like I can edit it a little bit, but because I'm a technomancer, it's kind of magically created.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not completely up to me like it is for a normal hacker. So I guess I have a Santa hat. So now that I'm feeling that, I'm like, okay. And I'm going to have a light snow, right? And I will send the... So I'm going to have to summon the sprite. So that's an action. So I'm going to have to roll a bunch of dice. So I'll sort of slow down as I'm surfing along the sidewalk. I sort of slow down a little bit, right? And you're gonna hear just these jingle bells and like a bit of wind. And I'm gonna summon my crack sprite at level 6. And I'm gonna use Excalibur and everything I'm good at to do that. So I think that's only 13 dice.
Only.
I try and have 15 on most things now if I can. 12 is like for most stuff, and then... Okay, so I get 6 hits. And now I have to roll drain. Alright, drain could be up to 4, but then I get to resist it with a whole bunch of dice. And I max out my resistance, so I think I still take 2 stun. Just by default. For summoning a sprite. So I now have a level 6 sprite. Does he have to resist being summoned? Because I got 6 hits. So I think he rolls 6 dice.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So I got him for 3 tasks. So all of that rolling was to determine that I have a level 6 sprite with 3 tasks, and that took a hot moment. But he's stronger now. He used to be only level 4.
Tidings of comfort and joy.
I know.
Excellent. It's excellent.
Alright. All that ridiculous rolling aside, he now has 3 tasks, and his first one is to create a bunch of snow. Like, it's basically water that foams into snow with jingle bells. And the board is going to turn, like, Christmassy and have, like, little... You know those things on the back of a sleigh that have, like, the little metal, like, trim? That, like,
Yeah,
points
yeah.
up... Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So... And I'll just...
Incredible.
Oh, out of the way, everyone!
You're pretty easily able to do this. As you're doing it, in fact, you've done all the other elements, and you're about to start trying to create the snow. When you just hear this familiar voice in your background, familiar voice in the back of your head that says, what would it be? Be like, how's it hanging, Squanta? Been a hot minute. And you instantly recognize the voice as the voice of Mordred.
Oh shit.
Oh!
And he says, you've been running silent for a while, couldn't find you. And at the same time, you feel this chill at your back, as to the sides of you, this, like, it's like all these tiny flecks of raw data.
Oh no. He's
that
been
are,
snow
like,
blinded.
all these tiny flecks of raw data that are, like, just absolute raw matrix fuzz that can't even be algorithmically sorted out.
Oh,
Flows like snow
God.
around you,
Oh,
obscuring
God.
everything to your sides. Not entirely, but a bit. And it just
Oh.
sort of pools around your feet.
can I still keep moving?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try and stay ahead of it. Can I still sense what's going on around me for the matrix tags?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I'm looking for...
You're able to scan
Okay.
the matrix tags still, but it seems like whatever is happening here, people keep looking over toward you, and at first they were like, "Oh my god, it's Squanta," and then now they're just like, what is that?"
Cool.
And it seems like basically your astral form is being fuzzed out with raw bullshit data.
Oh no.
Please tell me that, like, for some people's perspectives, the ones and zeros make it just enough to where they get a rickrolled.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It's just
Is it
jingle
you don't
bells and
recognize
rickroll.
this. You don't recognize
Jingle
this
bells.
because you don't recognize this because none of you actually saw a snow blind. But that's the effect that's going on, blocking on you.
Right. Oh god, Mordred's melded with the AI, I bet. That's... Okay, well, you know
That's
what?
really scary.
Yeah, it's fine.
No.
No.
Pinocchio's become a real boy,
Oh, no.
everyone.
No.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna race along, and I'll spend the next hour trying to figure out where this information ended up to place this order.
Cool.
Um,
Go ahead and roll your roll the dice you were gonna roll. For this, the only way that Mordred is assisting you is he's basically keeping you from generating a fuckload of Overwatch score while you're running hostages.
That's cool. I was concerned about that. Yeah, that was on the list of things I was concerned about.
Yeah, the last thing you hear from him is as you're skating along, he's like, "Well, listen, I got a lot to do, places to be, but if you're ever looking for me," and he drops a matrix tag, "you know where to find me."
Cool. All right.
Now, just remember, I'm everywhere.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, if he's merged with the AI, maybe. So yeah, I will. Yeah. So I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna use Excalibur since my sprites are like giving me locomotion. I'll have Excalibur be the thing that's parsing all the data and trying to figure out where that information went.
Just go ahead and make those rolls and tell me what they are, and I'll tell you how well you did.
Since it's Excalibur doing it, what is this?
It's your roll modified by Excalibur's.
That matrix perception as a roll?
So no, it would be data.
I don't.
It'd be. Oh, I can get you from the matrix cheat sheet.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I would have turned Excalibur into its like starlight form. Yeah. Which I think gives me like stupid amounts of dice for matrix actions.
+6.
It's not as good using just me. Because doesn't it take 2 people to operate normally?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're going to be using your hacking plus your logic plus Excalibur's data processing and rating.
Hacking plus logic plus Excalibur's data processing. So I don't have hacking. So
Then
I can do
default to logic -2.
So I use 9 from Excalibur data processing and 6 from my logic -2. 13 dice. Okay. I get to roll so much dice in my turn, guys. It's a whole thing.
Very good.
The lack of music is now ominous.
Yep. All right, that was 4.
4?
Yeah.
So you've got it off of the main net. You're confident. Like all of where it was flowing out to, all the like basically web crawlers and whatnot that just track traffic. You think you've been able to edit it.
Do I know if anyone's picked it up, or can I not tell?
However, you cannot tell if it has been put on any data havens, which are basically like privately owned databases.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you cannot tell if it. You cannot tell who saw it. You are able to tell that. It looks like the police and like the public. It looks like the big national servers and the corp servers, like not the advanced ones from like people who are running them, but just the general ones, dropped it as a malformed sin because it wasn't actually like a sin that existed. It was a non-existent number.
All right, so I've scrubbed it off a lot of the public logs of different things. Final wrinkle to throw at you, Steve, because we're doing Matrix
However,
stuff, and
a report was absolutely sent to specifically New Seattle city management that a false sin was attempted to be used for a purchase.
Cool. So it's gone to the Seattle authorities. All right. I don't know how far I get because I was trying to move super fast by using all these tasks and stuff.
That's why you were able to literally remove it from the wide net.
Right, and that's why I did this first. Final 2 wrinkles.
Oh
1,
my god.
if a technomancer did anything to fuck with this data and didn't specifically take the time to erase their technomancer signature by looking, I could see it. I think it's like some sort of hidden check. You can look that up. It's like the erase matrix signature action.
True. No, you right.
Because normally if technomancers do something spooky,
Okay.
like it doesn't leave a good
Yeah,
trace
no.
behind,
Let me-
except to
let
other
me-
technomancers.
Let me roll some dice.
Which is actually a problem, because all that shit I just did left a big technomancer trail.
Yep.
But like, that's just me traveling fast over the net, right? And like scrubbing shit.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if someone along that path picks something up,
Okay. There are 4 people you can see who fucked with this.
god damn it!
There
hold
are
on.
2 technomancers.
Specifically, like the data I was looking at
Yeah.
to remove. Okay.
There are 2 technomancers you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
A technomancer.
Can you give me a description of the like type of signature? Because usually it's something that kind of relates to them, and I can know if I see it again.
Yeah, sure. So one, the signature looks like a flaming red feather, but
Okay,
the
so we
feather
got-
clearly has a quill tip, like it's designed to be used for writing.
Yeah, red feather. Cool.
The second one looks like a bonsai tree, where the roots of the bonsai tree grow out of the pot and then like embed themselves into the file.
Okay.
The third one is an all too familiar notepad that just is eternally flipping over opening.
Wait,
Um,
that's not J, is it? The 12th dude?
it is.
Arthur just like stops, like the wave stops, and like all of the
Who's
movement.
Judas.
You joke.
Road work ahead. I sure.
Oh.
This is all the
Judas.
vibes. Go. That's it. Someone drop a croissant.
I didn't. You almost made me drop my croissant.
Arthur just stops. I mean, I guess give me the fourth one.
The fourth one is an AI tag, but it looks like a technomancer tag.
That does not make any sense whatsoever.
There's an astral remain from like a technomancer, but the floating thing is a perfectly smooth, white diamond light in astral space. It's like a hexagonal prism, and
Probably Mordred.
it says snowblind.
There it is.
So Okay, so that's why he was okay. So I imagine Arthur is just standing in the middle of this like thing in the middle of like an intersection, and there's like
cars are like trying to like weave around this just massive twirling snow-like data.
Technomancer,
literally-
if you want to, you can leave your friends behind because your friends don't mence, and if they don't mence, then they might turn into snowblind.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
so
Yeah, no, you're standing in the middle of this busy intersection as literally it's just you holding this little packet that looks like a letter with the tiny crystal on top of it, with this snowblind data tag, with these bits just whirling around you like a tornado, sort of blocking vision to you as people swerve around it.
all right, let's see. Well, thank you, Mordred. And I take it away, and I take that one and I sort of like memorize it, right? I'm gonna take sort of an image of it and try and leave that with using the fact that I can see it to leave an image of what I'm seeing with Excalibur, because normally you couldn't see these. And I'll do that with all 4 of them. And then I'm going to take the erase matrix signature action to carefully remove these 4 signatures after I've recorded them. And I think I have to roll against. Do I have to? I think I just do it. I don't think it's a hard thing to do. I might have to roll, but I can always give a few attempts.
Technomancer action.
It's in the rules. It's like it's
If
a
you
very
wanna look
low
that
DC.
If you want to look that up, we'll come right back. So Arthur, that's your like 2 to 3 hours. It's gonna be you doing all of this.
2 hours to 3. Okay. I'll just describe as my final thing while I'm erasing these signatures. After erasing the other 3, when I get to the notepad one, is there a way to just burn a hole in the matrix, like destroy that entire area?
I mean, if you want to just like zero the data, yeah. It's a very loud and aggressive action.
Yeah, I'd like to zero the data, and I'm going to. This might actually take me a little bit. I'm gonna leave a note, a heavily encrypted note, hidden within a Technomancer matrix.
You're gonna have to roll brute force and then edit file.
Okay, cool. I can now leave that behind while I compose the message I'm gonna leave behind.
Cool. In the meantime, Merlin, you also, having gotten your book, you sort of like, you look in on Arthur and you just see him like laying back in a chair like this with a helmet on his head. All of his tentacles are like attached to wires as he's just completely like hooked up to the Matrix. And you just suddenly hear him go like, "Argh!" Carrying on, you find Gawain and the others just gathering after you've finished being concerned about the dragon being missing. And that's where we will rejoin all the rest of you.
So, good news.
Yeah.
I found a hole. Bad news. The dragon went down it, and I think it's on the floor where the spooky shit is.
Oh God.
One hit to astrally perceive down the hole.
Oh yeah. You did do that. We didn't really link back
There
to it.
are faintly purpley red glowing sort of splotches in areas below you. Just sort of amorphous shapes. Mostly looking like they're on walls or in corners or on floors. And it's like this sort of purple red, like, you know how that sheen on top of gasoline, where it looks almost like there are these light swirls patterns? It's like that with purples and reds.
Gross.
I iterate that to people around me. And then I stand like like a Jackson Pollock painting in the chat picture or something. And then like a picture of a bug. This is much more intuitive to Lance than this is like.
Okay. I might get what you're trying to convey here.
Remember, Lance wasn't with you all when
What do
you
we do
dealt
now?
with the amalgamations in the basement.
That's right.
Hmm.
Oh,
Was it?
okay.
So
Were
The first time when we were in Egg's lab, I think. Right?
No, you weren't
I
here
think-
for the first.
At the bottom
Oh, no,
of
wait.
Egg's lab, there's the big black orb.
No,
No, that's
no.
the
That's
orb
a
is at the
boblin.
bottom
No,
of the
that's-
Boblin Cave.
Boblin Cave. Yeah,
The,
yeah,
the basement of Egg's lab, floor 6 of this facility, was episode like 3 or 4.
Yeah, it's
be
when
fair-
I killed Egg by scooping him with my
No, he's talking
That's
about
total
he's
has
talking about when we decided to double back and Mordred and Arthur scanned the place to see if it was viable and we found spooky shit in the basement.
a lot of spooky stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah.
But yeah, Egg has a
I
flesh
see.
sculpting lab in the basement. Don't worry about it.
That's the worst.
It's pretty bad. Yeah, I was gonna say he has like
Hate that.
hot dog tanks full of amalgamations. It's real bad.
Yeah,
Not
one of
good.
them
Just
can.
put your hot dog water downstairs.
That's what it is. Faceless
It's gross.
zombies
It
and
smells
hot dog
bad.
water.
Oh, it's bad.
Guys, I think Zephyr went. I'm actually pretty positive Zephyr went down there because the doors were closed and there's no other way he could get out. And this grate was torn up, and now there's a door in that room downstairs that he's busted through. So one, everything that's downstairs now has a path up here, and two, my dragon is gone.
So what? We retrieve your dragon, and also while fighting off any kind of weird organisms that are downstairs, and also while we maybe tame this dragon that's definitely not taken over by bug spirits, we bring it back to the top and seal it while we're being chased by spooky blobs.
Can't just leave him.
Be a good one.
We could
Sweet.
most certainly just leave him.
Haven't you ever had a companion before, Lance, that
I
you
did.
really cared about?
It was a wonderful wolf. Yes.
Okay, would you be telling me what? How would you feel if I told you to leave your wolf downstairs with the spooky monsters?
This dragons have scorched the earth and maimed people for
I feel
millennia
like
before.
you are judging a book by its cover. And how would it feel if somebody just was like, "Oh my God, you're big and scary. You must be mean and evil"? That's not nice.
Shut up, Arthur.
Just in the chat room, wolves haven't done that.
Lance is like pouting. Fine. We'll go get this dragon.
He's very nice. You've just not given him enough time to prove you wrong about your assumptions.
I have very high bars of standards, considering I came into a godless landscape. Forgive me.
Holy shit.
Oh, hold on while I write that in quote. That's good.
One singer after another. Well, we can get Arthur to help maybe when he gets back.
It's
But-
fine. Let's just go. Me and you.
You said that it would not be smart if we split up.
We wouldn't leave you alone.
We'll be fine.
Merlin,
If
you're
we're-
also there, by the way.
I thought I was reading. LOL.
No.
Oh,
You
yeah,
said you
Bro
got
was
the
like-
book and you brought it back to the room with these.
Oh,
Yeah, you said you were bringing.
so
the
I
book back.
got a book.
The book going to
A
hell.
book?
Where did you get that book?
I went to the library and got my book.
God damn it. Just start kicking sand.
So, what are we doing? We're gonna go down this sandy ass hole and find a dragon?
Yes,
Why don't we just drop donuts down there like we did the last time and lure them back out?
because
Mm,
we're afraid
good.
that something else will catch the bait.
You think amalgamations eat donuts? Some of them
They
didn't
didn't
even
have
have
a face left.
mouths.
Yeah.
Mouse.
Exactly.
Uh,
I'm wondering when. Just see, Steve's been prepping a musical number all morning, and I'm wondering when that's coming into play.
I don't know.
Nervous.
It's like
Prepping a what?
9:30.
We listen. We're gonna have to
Yeah.
wrap up soon. We might well not get to it.
Yeah.
no!
No, wait, I'm so
I do-
sad. I
We'll
wanted
get
to
to
know.
it next time.
I do need to go.
Yeah.
He'll just
so-
get
No,
more
that's
time
fair,
to
that's
rehearse
what
We
it.
are at a
Here's what
point-
I will say. I'm assuming you all decide to group up before you go to rescue Dragon, or are you luring Dragon with donuts? Just
Maybe we
final-
should try and lure him first.
Yeah, we'll try luring first.
Wait, we're missing an apple person.
Yeah, we're missing
Arthur! Shit! No,
So would you
let's-
guys like to hear the note I'm leaving behind?
No,
Yes.
So here's what we're gonna do. Here's gonna be the wrap for tonight. We're gonna hear Arthur's note very quickly. You're all gonna get back together before leaving. I'll just let you know right now. Leaving a sack of donuts will absolutely lure Zephyr back up. Solid plan.
Okay.
Where Zephyr's been and what's been going on with him remains to be, like, who knows?
Uh-oh.
You're just gonna get a dragon back covered in spooky moss. And
no.
is there a way that we can get some Pedialyte for Grain before we go down? Something that, some kind of insect, so that we're gonna some mugwort. I don't know, maybe.
Lance is welcome to make a medicine attempt. But
What's Arthur's note?
then
Okay, so
we will stop where you are all gathering together and deciding to either descend into the lab or take the tunnel out, and that's the decision you'll have to make before we end the session.
Okay.
First, Arthur, what's your note?
So after burning out this section of the matrix, just zeroing everything, right? I'll leave a little ping, right? That has like the little sound of a jingle to it, right?
Oh.
As a little clue for people who are curious. But I rolled a glitch for hiding it completely, right?
Cool.
By like using technomancer bullshit.
Mhm.
So I got one success, but I got a glitch.
Cool.
And the encryption though I got like 5.
Damn.
But the address you would see says that it's from Saul. And then and there's sort of like a bit of like a wetness to the letter, which I think would indicate who it's from for anyone who's curious. And the contents of the letter just say, "I'm glad I finally found someone worthy of vengeance because you still live."
Oh,
And that's it.
oh, oh,
You wake back up with everyone sort of around you waiting for you to wake up.
Oh, I forgot. It also has a GPS location on it.
For where?
The middle of the ocean.
Cool.
And it just has the products that were ordered. I'll leave the smell of one of those products behind on the letter.
Cool. Yeah. So, You wake up with everyone
mangoes.
sort of around you.
Yeah, it just smells like mangoes.
Matrix.
Yeah.
Mango!
You wake up with everyone around you, just sort of waiting.
Oh, what is everyone doing here? I thought we were making our way out. Oh,
We're luring Zephyr with donuts. He went down into the spooky abyss. 1 sec.
oh,
There's definitely.
Currently schlepping donuts.
Lance
And
is
then
100% snagging like 6 of those donuts.
after about 20-30 minutes, absolutely, probably just before, just after Arthur wakes up, the dragon's head just shoots out of the hole, like swinging the sack of donuts around in excitement. And he runs up the pit of sand, sort of struggling because it's all flowing down into the hole, until he gets to the edge and just throws it down and starts scarfing down donuts. You can see that probably a fifth of him seems to be just sort of covered in this thick, lush green moss. Like it's on
Is it
one of his
astrally
wings.
swirly?
It is. It's on one of his wings, and it's on like part of his back and one of his legs. And it the top is very much like this green. Actually, I would say it's like green and partially pink in places. Sort of. It has that soft moss texture, but then underneath it looks almost like this sort of webbing of what looks almost like skin or flesh instead of dirt.
Ooh. Gross.
I hate that.
Ate that.
And it's just sort of clinging onto him as he happily scarfs down the donuts and then trots over to you, Percy.
All right, buddy. Think you're gonna need a bath. No, you're gonna need a bath.
Rolls onto his side.
You went into the spooky eldritch moss. This is what you get.
She's rolling over to like. Is it possible to pet him and just see, kind of get a closer look at that, see if like.
You don't need to be more
I
infected,
don't know.
Quain.
Yeah, listen, man, I got nothing to lose. Let's go.
It's gonna venom
The
you.
eldritch
Just like-
moss herpes. You don't want eldritch moss herpes. Don't do it.
The moss TM. Yeah, it looks like it's holding on by basically having grown polyps of flesh underneath some of the scales, and that's how it's remaining attached to it.
This is a problem.
It's like
we're going to
woven
need to
into
clean
the
that
scales
dragon.
of it.
We've managed to break containment on what's below. But we have to leave, and we're gonna.
How do we?
How resistant is the dragon to fire?
I'm not sure. He breathes fire.
All right. Everyone stand. Okay. All right. There's like this is too many problems for one day. You know what? You guys keep digging away out. I'll go get some stuff from the wreck.
Lance has pretty
And I'm
much
gonna-
finished his tunnel.
Cool.
Okay.
Then yeah, let's.
He's an efficient lad.
I'm gonna grab some propane, and then we'll be out of here.
Wait, can I just
Propane.
take the? Can I just shape Earth and just like scrub the shit out of this dragon with all the sand around me?
Yeah, you could
Get the
absolutely
moss
do
off.
that if you
Like
wanted
literally
to.
sanding
Like
him
just
off.
Sort of
Yeah.
sandblast him, essentially. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sandblast all the moss off them.
Hell yeah. Give me rolls for your shaper. The higher level you do it at, the more sand you're gonna move faster.
Do it.
Do it at how good is 5? It's a -2 on drain.
5 is okay. I would probably go higher. Listen, 5
Okay,
will
7.
do a certain amount. I would go as high as you're comfortable going.
I think 7's the highest I can do because my magic rating is 5, and then there's -2.
No,
spell, right?
The highest you can do is 10.
Oh, the highest I can do is 10. I don't want to be strained going it. Well, I resist the shatter. That was fun. Yeah, we'll do 10.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Because I roll for
Cool,
resisting manipulated magic. I rolled 20 something nice.
Yeah. Bet.
I roll. There's still the normal number of dice. Or do I add a number of dice over the power level?
So you roll your body plus your magic, and the force that you cast it at. The force you cast it at is the maximum number of successes you can
Lance casts body yada 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 yada.
Yeah. Lance literally, instead of spell casting, uses his
Shit.
body.
Okay.
Spell casting is bad.
6 hits.
Okay, 6 hits. Yeah. So you pick up a big chunk of sand and just sort of start like. Well, describe to me how you do it real quick. Like, what does this look like? Is it like a spinning ball? Is he just bashing it with sand? Like, how's this working?
No, Lance is going to take out the Tetsubo. He swirls into the sand as it starts to snake up, and then starts to congeal into like this like longer kind of almost tentacle looking, like it just tapers all down until it starts like shooting out like a spray, like a pressure washer at the top. And he's just going to turn the Tetsubo over towards the dragon and just start like spraying down.
Dragon thinks this is the best thing ever. Does that like dog thing where he keeps like running back and forth through the stream, being like rolling around as you clean him. You have gained significant points towards your friendship with the dragon that you hate. Who now thinks you're just the best.
Wonderful.
Yeah. He now loves you.
I took.
Yeah, it at first seems very stagnant, but then as you like actually blast chunks of it off, when they rip, you see they start bleeding quite a bit. And they also like all the little flesh nubbins on the bottom start spazzing out.
Did he go into the upside down? What the fuck?
So, if I could just transform Excalibur with hopefully more than that. I think I'm only gonna get. Oh god. Okay, I got only 2 successes out of 15 dice, but I'd like to turn Excalibur just into a flamethrower attached to a propane tank.
As long as it's not a glitch, you can just try again until you get it. So I presume you can do that. It's not hard. Basically just a nozzle. Yeah, there's lots of propane in the lab. So yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, I'd like to just kill it with fire.
Kill it.
And maybe
You're just
and then maybe a little bit
everything.
on the dragon. A little bit on the dragon. I'll see if he whinges.
He doesn't care too much. In fact, yeah, he doesn't seem to much care as you're doing a little.
Cool.
He doesn't care. He
Yeah,
does,
just
however,
burn the
like,
bacteria off.
think it's a game, and every time a chunk comes off, he starts shooting fire at the chunks that come off.
Great.
In just like these gouts of greenish blue flame.
Baby.
All right,
Dragon
so-
shoots fire. Michelle. Baby. My baby. He's so murderous and cute.
So you all finish cleaning the dragon to a presumably acceptable degree, and you head out the tunnel. You leave to
I'm
parts-
assuming we told everyone that we were going
Yeah,
to.
everybody is gone. As you all hike out the tunnel to head to I don't know where, we'll have to discover where you all go next time. The lab is left behind you in eerie quiet. Where Wimbley, as you leave, you just hear the voice behind you of Wimbley. It has been such a pleasure having you all here. You'll be missed greatly. pseudo Camelot waits patiently for the return of the neon lights. I'll keep all of your settings just as often required. However, I am also going to delete all of my knowledge of you, so I won't know that I have them. But I just want you all to know that your time here has been lovely, and I cannot wait to see you again. Except that again, I will not know you. But have an excellent time, and I shall always be here.
Oh,
Family. Thank you.
Big Poe vibes from Altered Carbon.
You exit,
Yeah.
and there is silence in the lab for many hours. Until that night, around 1 a.m., when the elevator activates, shuddering to life, and goes up to the top. A small group piles in as a packet gets sent to the base AI, which immediately begins, clearly one of the individuals types something on a small wrist-mounted deck, and a message flies off, and the AI for the base immediately begins playing music. As the music plays, a quiet sound can be heard
No.
from inside the elevator.
No. No.
Just shit.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
Oh my god!
It's not warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and she's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away, snapping just continues.
Hate that.
The floor it descends down past floor 1, past floor 2, past floor 3, all the way down to floor 5. The elevator opens. And stepping out of the elevator is a well-dressed high elf in a suit. Behind the well-dressed high elf is a man with heavy augmentations. His face looks like an X of cybernetics with many eyes
No.
inside. To his right, a woman in a blazer coat with porcelain-like skin assembled in thin lines. Has large blades fold out of her shoulders and point forward as lights come out of her eyes to illuminate the area. Behind them is a very large man, scales across his neck and face, who just exhales as smoke comes out of his nose, and he cracks his neck. Another individual to the back and right, absolutely enormous in size, steps forward and says, "Well, this looks about like the place. Nash Schmidt, you finally did something right." That's where we'll end for tonight.
Yeah!
Thank you all so much for
That
coming
was
to this episode of Running in the
I'm
90s.
so terrified.
That was so
Yay, Seth, happy 2
cinematic!
years. Let's go.
Happy 2 years, y'all!
Yeah.
Happy 2
2
years,
years.
everyone. I'm
What
really
a
excited
time.
for the future.
Wow.
Thank
Full
you
circle.
all
Fucking
so
Christ.
All
much.
back in the lab again.
I don't think we have time for Club
No one
After
redeemed
Hours,
it.
and we haven't redeemed it. So we'll catch you next time for more shenanigans. And until then, please do always remember, never forget. Well, now, the birds work for the bourgeoisie, y'all. Don't forget it. We certainly won't.
No.
Good night.